Clicky clacky.
I know we're not live yet, right? Are we?
We're live now.
Okay, fine.
Well,
my clicky clackies out.
Get your clicky clackies out. Let's go!
God damn, Gary. Some serious gourmet shit. What flavor is this? That's right, it's the all-hell medium roast private blend. Check out the Geek Grind Coffee Nerdrotic page for our other options like the Decadent, Feathers of Liberty, vanilla-infused flavored coffee. Or if you're looking for something darker, try the Dark Roast FNT blend of the Fellowship. You know what? Just buy all three. GeekGrindCoffee.com. Use discount code Nerdrotic. Huzzah!
I learned a long time ago that there's no sense getting all riled up every time a bunch of idiots give you a hard time. In the end, the universe tends to unfold as it should. Plus, I have a really large penis. That keeps me happy.
You look goofy.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
I'm back in Texas. God bless Texas. God bless 80-mile-an-hour speed limits. And my higher power looking out for me. Because yesterday, I almost bit it.
Crack.
I almost bit it. Me and my wife almost bit it. Well, not really. Not really. Because we didn't. Because I know heroes don't brag. But here we go.
Extra go burps.
We were driving down.
There's a wet one, too.
It's going to take a minute. We couldn't take our normal route because I-93 out of Arizona coming out of Las Vegas, fatality, completely shut down, where like 18-wheelers were making U-turns on the freeway and we had to like go the other way. So it took 4 hours. It added 4 hours to our trip. Brutal. So we had to take another trip. We're going through all these windy Texas roads. And the one time I'm like looking down at the map going, God, how long is this road? I look up and there's 2 fucking deer like right in our headlights, dude. And I'm like, and Melissa's just like, hit the fucking deer. And thanks to my cat-like reflexes, we didn't hit the deer. We didn't end up on the ditch on the side of the road, and we're fine. So there we go. I'm alive.
Great.
Yeah. I got yelled at a little bit.
It happens.
But it was fun. It was fun. We're here. We're ready to go. FNT Vegas was fucking brilliant. My favorite part, well, Az is gone. We stayed for a week. Everybody stayed for a week, right, X-Ray Girl?
Yes, sir.
Everybody stayed for a week. except for one guy. That one guy calls me from the road and goes, dude, we should do this for an entire week. And I'm like,
Oh no.
That's got to be Jeremy.
It was Jeremy. There you go. I'm like, we did do it for, my wife's like, we did do it for a week. We were there. You're the asshole who left early.
Left early, wasn't even there for FNT. You're like, what?
I didn't register at first. I'm like, wait a minute. We like Ryan's still there. I mean, I think he left yesterday.
He left yesterday.
But like Ryan was still there at the time. And like most of the people were still there. It was hilarious. But we had a really good time. Hail to the fellowship. You guys always come out strong. And apparently y'all had a really good time. And we appreciate you because it's for you. Like that's why these things are free. I wish everybody could go. And I know it costs money to travel. That's why we try to do it around the country or other countries and throw you a party because it's the least we can do. It's the least we can do to show our appreciation for supporting us for so long. And damn, it's fun. It's just fun. I'm a little tired, but we're going to get going. A lot to talk about today, actually. And I'm glad I took the time to watch as much as I could of the first episode of Fallout. Lots of hype going on around the Fallout. So I watched most of the first episode, and we will be discussing it. Of course, we'll discuss Civil War a little bit, although my review comes out right after this live stream. And I do want to say, Perry and Garrett teamed up on this one. Their best work.
Ooh.
Okay, so it was a difficult video to do because I had to do it in between like things. So recorded in 3 sessions, 2 different hotel rooms, and then I told them to turn it around in 24 hours because I'm a slave driver, at least a quarter slave driver. And they did it. They did it. So it'll be right after this. And also, guys, apparently I have to read the article because I only saw the headline. So I don't know like how well they dived into this, but Star Wars lost money for Disney. I don't know how that's possible. We'll discuss it because I don't know if there's other factors that they added in, but if it's true, it's so funny at this point. Oh,
There's no longer fucking hell. Nearly passed out there in that one.
yeah, don't.
So it's no longer Rise of Skywalker might have lost money. It's no longer turning Disney Star Wars into girl brand is the worst decision Disney could make. It's now just a simple matter of Star Wars lost money. No longer Solo lost money. No,
Star Wars lost money. And if you think about it, even if it broke even at this point, that's phenomenal. That is a failure on some of the biggest levels of failures. Like we'll have to do like top 10 failures in world history, and that will have to be in the conversation. In the conversation. Hi, Az, how are you?
I'm good. I watched the first episode of Fallout.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about this. Apparently, I'm not allowed to talk about the first episode of Fallout. I can't judge it based off episodes. I got to judge it based off when I've seen everything, and then my opinion goes to what other people's opinions are. But
that's not how opinions work. That's not how the opinion works, Az.
It's not how it works, folks. So I've seen the first episode. How many is there? 8 in total?
I don't know.
There's
I think
8
so.
in total.
There's 8,
so, yeah.
yes.
So I've seen the first one, and I have thoughts on the show. I
do too.
I don't give a shit about Civil War in the slightest.
Oh, you really shouldn't. You really shouldn't.
You've seen it?
No.
Oh,
well, that's the reaction people have when they've seen it.
No,
Hard to tell the difference.
no, it's preemptive. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit to even not give a shit.
This is the one movie where your expectations will be met, and you would have the exact same opinion after you saw it.
There you go.
Because, well, we'll get it. Like, what's really important for a story is characters, right, guys? I mean, that's kind of important. No?
No.
Well, not for this one.
It's representation and inclusion, Gary. That's what I've been told.
It wasn't even that. It was, well, there's that, yeah. But, no, it's, oh, well, we'll get into it. Because I'll start off, and I got a whole video coming out about it. Hi, MauLer. What's up?
Hello. I feel like I should acknowledge Schlurpo. Chat have been referencing it excessively.
started
Schlurpo.
a
Yeah,
poll.
you know, I leave one live stream, again, it goes off the rails. So much so that I'm at the meetup that night and everybody's like, did you watch the rest of the real BBC? I'm like, I don't watch shit. I'm not it. No, I'm just kidding. I
Right
did.
there with you, brother.
At the time, I didn't because I had to go right to doing stuff. But I went back. It was fucking hilarious. But everybody was talking about it at the meetup. So, you want to explain yourself a little bit, MauLer?
Well, it was just myself and Az absolutely lost our minds. We just spiraled into nonsense after several decades of trauma from Star Wars.
You finally broke.
At least it feels that way. Yes, just devolved completely. People were saying like their carer is not here, so they've gone wild.
Yeah. But did you hear, MauLer, that to actually play the Jabba mission, you have to buy the Schlurpo pass?
Yep, you have to pay. You have to pay at least $110 to be able to play the Jabba mission in the game.
The Jabba? As
Jabba the Hutt.
He said Jabba.
Jabba.
Jabloni. So you have to pay $100, and that's you're not joking now. You have to pay $110
for the edition that allows you to play the Jabba mission.
How much does the game cost?
Oh, if you buy it on its own, it's probably like the $70 or whatever. But if you want to get access to everything, got to pay more because that's how it works. Nickel and dime.
Wow. You're going to create like a bunch of gambling addicts out of this.
Well,
except you don't win shit.
Fans love it when you do this.
Yeah.
They love it. When you advertise going like, she's going to meet Jabba, which, by the way, we were critical of. It was like, fucking hell, have your own identity. But then simultaneously, are like, oh, but you have to pay extra to get to it, though.
God, I hate government interference. I really fucking do. Like, I am against it to the core. My being taxation is theft. Of course, yesterday was tax day for a lot of people. It was theft day, American Theft Day. But you don't think they have, well, I mean, this is an old conversation, so I'm a boomer talking about it. I realize that, chat, okay? But the microtransaction thing, playing on addictive personalities a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
that's pretty fucking evil.
It feels weird
fucking
to be
evil
here and now, because rewind even like 12, 14 years sort of thing, and you see the discussion starts to happen about like, well, you know, like practices, predatory coming in to things that you think they shouldn't be there. I just remember, wasn't it Dead Space 3 where like that was the first significant like, whoa,
yes,
they've got it so that you can spend really small amounts of money to make really incremental changes in your game. Like that's
how many microtransactions were there? It was like over 100 or something in Dead Space 3.
It was the way, like, so to help Gary understand and the audience if they're not familiar, like you could construct weapons in that game based on scrap that you found, and then you would be like, hey, you know, you want 100 scrap, just pay $2, something like that. It's like and then you know the way that it just, that's how it started. It was like, hey, you know, just throw this in, there you go, a bit of money. And you know the way
like
the way it would be, it was like, hey man, that's just play a choice. And it's like like it seems a little not a fan of that. I just remember, you know, Toll Biscuit was covered all this shit, and it's only gotten extremely bad. Like it just unraveled completely.
R.I.P.
Yeah, it's the horse armor business.
Yeah, well,
we thought we were helping a company to be able to make more content, more games, better games. Yay, let's do this. Let's support, and we were fools.
Yeah, because there's certain categories of what kinds of transactional systems belong in what kinds of games. Say, for example, a free-to-play game that's huge. It's like, oh, well, yeah, I can understand them having a shop with a bunch of aesthetics that you can buy. That makes sense. But we've talked about this before. When you have a huge game that you pay a lot of money for, and then it immediately is like, you want to play the Jabba mission? You got to pay an extra $40. Like, what the fuck? I got to buy a whole other game? And,
talk about, I mean, they're up against the wall with this one anyway, with Mam Solo. And then you just drop that.
No, that's what people have been talking about. It's like there's so much wrong with this game.
In a long time, by the way.
Mam Solo.
Mam Solo. It's fucking good.
You remember when they stepped too far with Battlefront 2 back in the day? I think to be able to play as Vader in Battlefront 2, you had to grind for 700 hours or pay for him. And it was like, what the fuck? Like, why?
Remember the Elder Scrolls Online when it first came out? To get a mount, to stop the walking and the huge amounts of travel, you could grind the gold, which would take 30, 40 hours or something, or you could just go immediately to the shop and pay £10 for a mount.
Yeah, this shit is
And that was what, 2014? That was 2013.
It's only gotten worse.
Oh yeah, now we are literally seeing inverted commas AAA games. They're anything but AAA, which are employing mobile phone levels of microtransactions with a AAA price tag on top. And now we're just getting. I was actually thinking the other day. I think it was yesterday actually. I was just going through because I was telling a bunch of other sponsors to fuck off. Hey, sponsor this, sponsor that, and it just made me remember that about 8 years ago or so, I got contacted by a company that said, "Hey, we're releasing this free-to-play RPG. We'd like you to check it out and do a sponsored review for us." So I said, "Let me check out the game then." So they sent me a link, and I checked out the game, and it was okay. It was like fine. And then I got to a point in the game where it says, "Oh, if you want to continue the main missions, you got to go to the store and buy it." So I went back to the people and went, "I can't in any way, shape, or form promote, endorse, or be sponsored by this game when you get to a point in the main mission where the only way you can proceed is by paying money to continue." I was like, out of here. Look where we are now. You know, want to buy this game, which isn't even out. It's going to cost you this much. Want to actually play all the content? It's going to cost you not even all the content, just the content that we got ready at the time to release. It's going to cost another $40 on top or whatever to play some fucking flat-chested man. Fuck off. With the most generic-looking gameplay imaginable.
Hey, it's gonna be great. Okay.
Gonna be awesome.
A mam solo.
Hey, wait, let me get my
People. Hi.
happy birthday, X-Ray Agoo.
I would like to take this time to also wish a happy birthday to Gina Carano, Paul Cato, and Eric K as well.
It's Eric K's birthday?
Yes.
Screw him.
Wow. Wow.
I'm just kidding, Eric K. Happy birthday, buddy.
He's just wishing, hopefully you get a good anyways.
Wow. A lot of cool people at birthdays today.
Yeah. It's been a great day. Feeling lots of love. I'm hoping to get more sleep. I feel so old when I'm like, Vegas was too much. I'm going to go to bed early tonight, and that'll be the best birthday gift I can give myself.
Aw.
But I have to catch up with the Schlurpo business. Can never leave you two alone again. But I hear it's very good.
Oh yeah, we practically sold the notion of never buying that game, I'd say.
Yeah.
I don't even think like with Gollum, they're special occasions because they're just like incredibly bad. It's hilarious and everyone has a good laugh. I just think this one is going to be the most mediocre of mediocres. It's not going to be anything to really rant and rave about. It's just going to be copy and paste missions, copy and paste gameplay. It's Ubisoft after all. That's what they're known for. And terrible bland characters that are in the Star Wars universe of today.
That reflects the Southern California that they live in today, kind of, minus the fentanyl zombies.
Well, in California, they're all plastic surgeryed up. So I don't understand why they're putting, people who are bland in these
they're not.
Games.
The people who they are hiring to be the models are very attractive women. And then when they convert them into the game, they become square-jawed men.
Also, I've seen images that look like she's had plastic surgery.
Mm.
The actress?
No, the character.
Oh. Also, Az is the biggest Schlurpo, according to chat.
Fuck yeah, I am.
He's a pretty big Schlippo, yeah.
Ask your mum.
Don't you dare say that. She's a good woman.
No. Well, what do you want to start with? I guess Fallout, right? We can talk
Fallout.
about Fallout. I was looking for something on Twitter. I can't find it now. Somebody I just have the image that I shared with you guys. Somebody mentioned all of my tweets to Mark Hamill.
I saw
And
that.
they collected them. And I'm like, that's some of my best work. Thank you. And they asked if I have a mental problem. Yeah, sure.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
Wait,
Absolutely.
if you do, they're not allowed to be critical of you, right?
Yeah.
Oh, true.
I have a mental problem, so leave me alone.
Oh.
Jeez.
Yeah, there you go. My only response to I guess the point they were trying to make is I'm roasting Mark Hamill. Hate to explain the joke because he tweets about the Orange Man all day, every day. So I just simply respond with, hey, do you want to visit the granddaughter that you asked your son's stripper girlfriend to abort? And I guess the whole point of that tweet is if my kids, I'm laughing when I say this, knocked up a stripper or a girl, you know what I would say to them? Hi.
Well done.
Hi. Yeah. Well, after well done. Hi, Dad. Now go take care of the fucking kid.
Reap what you sow.
That's what I would say. But yeah, if I'll find it, I'll show it later because God, I think it started the first one when I was on the plane out to the UK. In between watching Az get razzed because it was right after the Starfield rant, right? So I'm reading everybody going after Az, and I come across one thing, and I'm like, oh, let me go roast Mark Hamill real quick, and then okay, I'm back to watching everybody roast Az. It was great. Oh wow, you turned out to be kind of vindicated about that.
Just a wee bit.
Isn't it an insult now to say you pre-ordered Starfield? It's like the highest form of insult. I love the
Did Larry Fink have a meltdown about the billions that BlackRock have lost?
He apparently did. Did. Wow.
Oh, well.
You get what you deserve, buddy.
Oh, well. Mr. We're forcing behaviors.
Yeah, we're forcing, they talk about this shit openly. They talk about it openly with their investors. And then when they get caught, they're like, what? It's like, dude, it's just like all the third-party DEI woke groups in gaming right now. It's like, well, we did live streams. We didn't think people would watch. And I'm like, honestly, I agree with them. I didn't think people would watch too, but they did. They did. Do not underestimate the brilliant weaponized autists on the internet.
Loads of people play games while watching stuff. They can get through hours and hours and hours. Never, ever underestimate.
Never, ever underestimate. Did you see Fallout yet, X-Ray Girl?
Yes, I did. I've watched up to episode 5.
Oh, you're way ahead of me.
Yeah.
Way
Well,
ahead
I
of
was
all of
awake
us.
for 5 hours last night.
Okay. So you had time.
I had time. I
Are
didn't
you-
know what to do.
Are you sick again?
So I was losing my voice about the second day in. And then when I went to Hoover Dam with your wife, I think the desert dryness got to it significantly.
Yeah, it does that.
And I've gotten much better since being home.
Okay.
So
So you're
I don't
allergic
think
to
it's
America.
fixing. Well, you did say that, and then I said, "Man, I don't know how to deal with freedom."
Yeah, right. I mean, it's a little jarring. It takes
What do you do?
takes a while to detox from all your oppression up there in Canada.
So I just got to visit more often and one day move. So
there you go. That'll happen. So I had an extra. Well, I didn't, but I found the time to watch most of the first episode because all the hype out there. And I didn't hate. I mean, I don't hate it. It's too early to tell, but I kind of liked it. There's still stuff in there though. There's still stuff in there we can talk about. It's definitely there. Boxes checked, but I again never played the game, so I don't know if that might be in the game. That could be in the game. What'd you think of it as? You know what? Here, you're allowed to have your opinion of watching most of or all part of an episode about that episode.
I watched all of episode 1. I watched all of episode 1. The 3 things that I came away with. The 3 main protagonists that we've got so far. Lucy. I like Lucy. I thought she's I think she's an interesting character. And I'd like to see where they go from there. It also showed, by the way, that Cal MacLachlan is by far the best actor on that show by a country mile. The Maximus has got big problems at the moment.
Oh, I don't like him.
From episode 1. He's devoid of character right now. And he's playing second fiddle to Trans Mam. And it's just so frustrating when you watch a show when a character's trans, because that's all they're meant to be. That's all they're there for. Even if they don't say it, you know, you're just looking at a blatant woman who's on HRT, and it's just fucking eye rolling beyond belief. But they're not a good actress. They're a bland character. Everything about that is bland, and it's like they can't do anything with them because the whole point of them being there is to be DIE fucking ESG inserts. So it's frustrating because the Brotherhood of Steel is I really like the kind of other stuff around it with the squires and actually having the you know, the people in the power armor and the whole process of becoming a squire and all of that. I liked all of that. There's a lot of interesting stuff around that. And the Ghoul was great. I mean, the Ghoul's clearly going to be the guy from the beginning of the show with the daughter at the party. I think it's going to clearly be him. And his little introduction at the start, I thought the start was gorgeously shot. I thought the special effects were superb.
Yeah.
I liked the bombs dropping. I liked the look of the main cities. They look spectacular. So I did enjoy all that aspect of it. And then at the end with the people who brought him out of the grave, I thought the whole bit there was just really cool, really interesting. So the Ghoul's already like big thumbs up. Lucy's kind of like a big thumbs up. I did enjoy a fight with her husband.
Yeah.
It was just good to see, actually, instead of just girl boss, it was actually good to see sort of her getting the shit kicked out of her, really. And it was him. He just wanted to choke her out. It's sort of like his desire just to choke her out got the better of him, because every time he compromised her, he could have just stabbed her. But he wanted to choke her out. It's like he wanted that. He wanted to like look in her eyes or whatever when he was choking her, which allowed her to get out the situation. But yeah, Cal MacLachlan, every time he was on the screen, it was just like presence. And I did like, I thought I was going to hate her brother at the start. I was like, oh, this little scrawny, he's playing second fiddle. But no, he started to have a bit to him. And I liked it when he
was the first one.
30...
Well, he was the first one to notice something was amiss.
Yeah. I was just about to say, when he wandered into Vault 32, and he realized that the cross
he saw everybody acting weird, and nobody else did. And he's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, his perception skill is pretty high.
Yeah.
Oh my God. There's the scene that got me into like loving his character is when, after all the whatever happens, he's getting interviewed by the new leads, and he's like, every job I do, I lack enthusiasm, but he's so sassy. The writing in that little scene is so good. When you get there, you'll understand. I don't want to give away too much, but when you hear lack of enthusiasm, you'll know. That's when I loved his character. But yeah, Maximus, he can go die in a ditch. I don't like his character. The way they wrote him, I think they want him to be a good character, but he is not good.
I mean, it's one episode, okay? So maybe it's like a Wesley situation, right? MauLer or no? I don't fucking know. But yeah, he wasn't great. He's the worst thing in it. Like every time.
There was nice little Easter eggs, by the way, as well. Nice little Easter eggs.
Which I wouldn't have noticed.
Bobbleheads and stims and bobbleheads and all the. I mean, the costumes were excellent. I thought the vault costumes were superb.
Yeah, you know that trailer wasn't shot like super. It didn't look like it was shot super well, but like the show is. The show's pretty well done as far as I can see.
The questions I have about sort of the different. Like there was one Vault-Tec costume where the black guy was wearing like an African Vault-Tec costume for the wedding, and I'm just like, that wouldn't be a thing. That would not be a thing because it would be all Vault-Tec. So Vault-Tec won't. They don't care about your heritage, where you come from, or anything like that.
And
there were things.
Forgive me because I may be wrong because I didn't play the game. But it's pretty obvious that Amazon if you go to their website, they have a DEI section of their website. So does Disney. So does every other company. But Amazon's pretty open about it. And I've gone over it. George has gone over it on his channel, George the Giant Slayer. I think we've gone over it on this show during Rings of Power. You could definitely see that we have to fit in the DEI, and that's the devil in the DEI. Now you look at something, and somebody might have gotten that fucking job on their talent, well, until you see it on screen, and now you question it all the time.
Yep.
Now you fucking question it all the time. So that's the real evil part of it, right? And it was obviously there in a couple scenes.
It's not even the worst part. I think the worst part is I just assume I'm not going to like most shows, so I don't give it a try anymore. And
that's a pretty good assumption. That's because Hollywood is MauLer. It's okay. You'll get the talk next.
Sorry, Molly.
No, but I think I still do give shows a new try, but if partially because my job, but I like to enjoy shit. But Hollywood has earned this. We've said it a million times. They don't earn the benefit of the doubt. No, ultimately, you do have to see it. Ultimately, you have to watch it and watch the whole thing. I can make a judgment on this episode, obviously. But MauLer, go. You go, girl.
Let me be the one to break up this echo chamber. My goodness. I thought it was crap.
Did you?
Yes,
okay.
Okay. I was pulled out quite quickly by how stupid everybody is. I was looking forward, especially with the intro sort of, I was like, okay, I can work with this. And then, we get into the vault and I was like, I knew nothing about the show. So I was like, it's going to be cool to get a few episodes in the vault to really establish the world in here, the atmosphere, and how sort of cut off from life they are and how naive they are about how everything's going to work. I'm going to enjoy getting into that and understanding all these characters and the way the world works. And I was like, oh, we're done with learning about the vault already. Damn, that was like a few minutes and we're already into the main plot.
So that's where I got to. That's the part I got to in the episode where I had to start the show. I
talked about this on Open Bar. What amateurish fucking approach to the editing in this episode to have the vault stuff and then to cut to the world outside with the Brotherhood story starting up, and then to cut back to the exiting of the vault. What are you doing?
I get that. I was actually confused about that.
I was
like, if
too.
You're setting up the underground vault and them not really knowing what's going on, they obviously know about raiders, but they haven't seen the outside world. Then you cut to the Brotherhood, and then you're seeing the outside world. I'm like, wait a minute, shouldn't this been episode 2? And episode 1 probably should have just been all Lucy focused and then her exiting the vault. Then episode 2 brings in Maximus and you get more Maximus focused and they get that storyline set up. And then episode 3, you set up the ghoul. And then episode 4, you can push on with all of them.
Since I'm going to have to fucking clarify every last thing I say because the worst interpretation of everything I'll say will be said, people are already like, I guess you didn't play the games. I have played the games, motherfucker. I know how it works. I'm trying to respect storytelling in a different, I was about to say adaptation. Unfortunately for everyone, this is not an adaptation as much as a in-canon sort of separated story that has done damage to New Vegas's plot lines and overall sort of world building, which is going to be unacceptable for many, many Fallout fans, which is not something I'm intending to talk about. I'm going to talk strictly about the issues I have with it as a story on its own. First and foremost, how retarded of this vault that apparently they meet with the other vault 3 times a year and they don't clarify with knowing anyone when they meet up. They're just like, oh, these are just a bunch of people we don't know. They see them once per what? That would be like 3 why am I maths?
Four.
4. Yeah.
So I
Listen,
X-ray girl, would you help him,
was
please?
supposed to come in, and I was left
Okay,
alone.
so
there.
I must have missed that part. I must have missed that part because I
missed that
thought
line.
they were communicating just purely by telegram. I thought they
thought
were
it was
completely
Telegram.
separated.
It's Telegram, yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Well,
that was the
they
only
say
one
that
that
But the weddings.
they say they have a triennial trade with Vault 32. So
Okay, okay.
once per 3 years, 3 times a year, they will exchange. Which I was like, what the fuck is going on? How are you guys not recognizing that all of these people aren't people that you know? He even says like, oh, sorry to hear about your overseer dying. And it's like, so you don't recognize anyone here? You already knew the overseer and he's died. It's like, all right, fine. And by the way, this stuff I can accept, but it became way too much all in a row. They're exchanging seeds and parts for a breeder. I was like, how is it in 220 years you guys have gotten to a point where you can no longer breed? How many people? What was the population of Vault 33 that you've actually gotten to the point where you're now incestual? Like you have to actually have new people involved. I don't understand how that works.
Well, certain vaults had low populations.
But they didn't have a low population, and like I said, it's only been 200 years.
Yeah, like one of the vaults had 99 women and 1 man.
But well, in any
What?
case,
yeah, and he's gay. No.
these things out as the show goes on. So I was like, whatever, I'll take it. And then there was no checks for safety or any kind of regulation. And I was like, why haven't they checked for radiation? That seems like one of the most obvious things. And then she checks him for radiation.
Yeah, that was
like fuck.
I caught that. That's the one I caught. I was like, wait a minute, didn't you do
So
that
if
first?
anybody
and
had lifted this stupid ass fucking Pip Boy and done a radiation check, the whole plan was over. That was annoying.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why 32 and 33 were right next to each other.
I don't really mind that. Whatever. That's a design
The
thing,
impression I was getting is they were all incredibly naive. And it turns out, like, at the end, I don't know the character's name. Here, I got my IMDb up.
Which one?
Kyle MacLachlan.
Lucy.
Kyle MacLachlan's character.
The Overseer. He's
the
just
overseer.
known as the Overseer.
The Overseer. Yeah, like, you know, it turns out in the end, like, he kind of knew what was up, but he was incredibly naive in the beginning. And I just thought it's a, you know, and I got this from the trailer, so I could be wrong again, that the vault dwellers are a bit naive. You know, they're out there trying to perpetuate America and this 1950s style America, but that's still modern. Am I getting this right?
I don't think Kyle MacLachlan's
I'm going off of what my kid has told. Like, my kid will sit down and like break down games he played for like an hour, and like a good father, I'll listen. Okay. And I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying, son, but I like our time together. And
no, I think you're right about that. There is a naivete with it, and it's something that the show, I feel like it's hinting at. Because
no,
okay,
do one check from one person, and as you just admitted, like Kyle MacLachlan is at
I
least
agree with
a
that
character
though.
that comes across as world weary somewhat. He's aware, but I don't think I need any of this. The fact that they are book nerds for vaults, like they would check for radiation. They would almost do it without street smarts, so to speak. They would just be like, "Oh, this is regulation." And then someone's like, you know, like they start stealing food. They look grimy. They're weird in behavior. I was just like, nobody's picking any of this up when you guys meet with these people 3 times a year. This isn't weird to any of you. Because obviously when watching it as an audience member, I'm just like, so they're evil. This is okay. And still, I was on the show's side. I was like, I don't like a lot of these decisions, but I mean, they're all like stretches. I can keep going. Then comes the Raiders assault, which was hilariously stupid. The whole thing. I was like, you guys' approach was apparently during the party, you just went, brah, and started attacking people. I was like, really?
Well, they wanted some food. They were eating cake while they were killing people.
Well, that's the thing, right? Why don't you just enjoy the party, let everyone go to sleep, and then start killing everyone in their sleep? It's pretty straightforward.
You're too smart.
Well, so part of it that's really weird is that their whole goal is to kidnap Kyle MacLachlan, and they nearly fuck that up completely through just not trying to do that. It looks as though they accidentally get him. They're like, oh, yeah, there we go. He's here now. Good. He didn't get killed randomly, and he's not someone we tried to get specifically. He just turned up at the vault entrance, and we were like, hey, choose between your daughter and these people, which was another weird thing for me, because I was like, you have all the leverage. I don't understand. That's strange. And then, of course, he chooses, and then the people don't die. They can just run away from the bomb.
Yeah, that was okay. I was like, why didn't they just shoot the people? Because now you just created a bunch of people who are going to come after you. Where's Tywin Lannister in this scenario?
Such weird shit when like the fat guy was like, "Oh God, everyone's dying." Then he looks down a corridor and there's people with food, and he goes, "Get that jelly mold out of here." I was like, "What?"
I think what they were trying to do is they were trying to lean into the whole, Vault Tech boy type of, you get your duck and cover sort of thing. I think they were trying to lean into that whole 1950s nuclear mentality of even when stuff's absolutely beyond saving, everybody's got a smile on their face, type of thing. That's what I thought they were trying to go for. So it could work for some, it couldn't work for others. But I was more concerned with how was that guy that fat in a vault? Honestly, that was what was I was like, how is a guy that fucking fat in a vault? We saw Cal McLachlan and
that
Lucy,
guy's stealing food,
talking and working and sat on their sofas and using their bikes to keeping active. So it looked like there was a regime that was going on, particularly considering he was the overseer. So it was actually quite surprising to see that. It's like I don't think you would see that in a vault. It would be regulated. Surely the weight would be regulated, or the intake of food would be regulated.
If you're regulating breeding, I think you would regulate health. I agree with
a lot of things that we wouldn't be seeing.
Well, and that was probably a DEI decision. Sorry, it felt like it. Yeah. It felt like it. It's like we need effeminate. We need effeminate, diverse man.
I was getting
body positivity
out at that point, watching the pregnant lady gunning everyone down with a fork in her fucking eye, and watching like the I didn't buy the fight between main girl and guy, by the way. He does a shit ton of tossing her around, but then just like accidentally loses his knife or is distracted so that she's able to do it. Like a lot of it was so lucky on her behalf, and a lot of it I was like, I don't even know if I believe this. And then he fucking comes back later, which I thought was hilarious. It was like, there he is again. And then like there's so much in the fight where I was finding it incredibly hard to believe, and I just couldn't get over how stupid everybody was and how like against their own interests they are. And then you have this awkward sort of boss confrontation suddenly at the vault entrance where I was just like, I guess the fight, does anyone with the fighting still happening, do they know that the fight is now over? What are their orders exactly? Because Kyle could have been killed randomly, and it looks like
I was waiting for him to get shot. Like right after he knocks out the guy, I'm like, okay, he's gonna get shot right here. No, he doesn't. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so like it having a Fallout aesthetic, I appreciate some of the things and everything, but it's doing nothing for me to prevent me from like spotting just how weak this script is. Like I'm not interested in continuing a show that just doesn't seem to care that much about like everything in between. Because some people are like, do you like anything? No, I hate everything. So that's why I'm here, is to provide the hate perspective. But you know, I did hate The Gentleman so much. I watched all of it and enjoyed it thoroughly and recommended it to everybody. But that was really bad, you know, and I couldn't stand it. But the Fallout show, what I'm saying is like, I've got limited time. Will I spend it on this? I was like, that first episode was like shitting all over me in terms of just things I could understand why they would have. I don't even want to get into. I was talking to Drinker about this on our catch up. What the fuck was with the razor blade boot thing?
I mean, I thought the whole character was fucking dumb as fuck. Anyway, So how the fuck you put your whole foot into a boot that's got a massive razor blade attached to the side?
I know.
You got to be. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're so used to having the fucking forearm ripped off. I don't know. To me, the whole thing was ridiculous. I thought, oh, is there like a little rad scorpion in there or something? And it's got in the boot and it's done something. I thought that was it. But when I saw the razor blade, I was like, well, that's fucking retarded.
Yep.
Because as soon as your foot goes in and you see,
do you know what I thought? When it shows the ripping the boot off, I thought someone had glued the boot. Like they'd put glue all over it. She tore it off. Or whatever.
I thought like part of its foot came off, and I didn't know what was going on.
Like,
there.
No, someone
so
popped
clearly
the razor blade in there. I was like, what are you talking about? That wouldn't happen that way. Why?
And was it Maximus?
Apparently, yeah.
Yes,
I think it was Max. I
It
thought
had
it
to
was
be
Maximus,
Maximus
yeah.
because he was. They both went and saw that mech suit, and they got busted, but then it got picked to be in the mech suit, right, Esquire? Right?
But the whole thing with that made no sense because this is why I get annoyed because you can't allow character to actually have character. They were clearly there to be HRT trans representation.
Rolling my eyes throughout these whole fucking scenes. I was like, just
I-
get back to the vault, please.
I hate to say
As
this.
stupid as MauLer thought it was.
No, I get it. I didn't like much of that. But the thing with Maximus is they gave Maximus so little that, like X-Ray Girl said, you could easily be forgiven by saying Maximus is purely there to be black and to be an ESG DIE box ticker in that regard, which is so frustrating because of how interesting the Brotherhood of Steel actually is. But it was the line at the end where Maximus says to her RT, says, no, her. It's a woman. Says to her, do you know who did it? And she's like, it could be any one of those dicks. And then he said something like, oh, some people say it's me. And she said, oh, don't worry. I told them you wouldn't hurt a fly. And I was like, wait a minute. He's trying to be a squire for the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
In the wasteland. So saying that he wouldn't hurt a fly is probably the nastiest thing that you could say to the Brotherhood of Steel because they're looking for people who are brave and will go forth and will selflessly put themselves out there. So if you're saying they wouldn't hurt a fly, what good is the squire going to be of use to the fucking Brotherhood?
Well, and on the point of, I don't know if you guys are praising it, but the brother walking off and using his perception to notice something is amiss, I found that fucking hilarious. The doors are open, and all of the corpses of the people they've killed from Vault 32 are just there.
Yeah, they didn't bother going in the other vault, and that door was open. I was waiting for him to.
Dumb.
It took him so. It took him like I was fine with him rocking. Once you walk past the dead crops and all the power being off, I think you run back at that point. But he keeps going in.
It's amazing to me they didn't have one guy being like, "Oh, don't come in." We've got,
but like, I don't know. I see it as like naive people. It would probably be shocking to them because they hadn't seen anything, and it's not like everybody reacts to trauma the same way, right?
It's not
or seeing something that breaks their world the same way. Believe me. Did you
It's
watch
not about
COVID?
the likelihood
I watched
of
COVID.
naive people understanding the situation. It's the fact that they didn't account for it whatsoever. They needed one person. All they need to say is, hey, I know you guys would like to come in and, see about our vault and everything, but we've got a bit of a flu going around, and we've sequestered all the people who are ill in the vault, so don't go in, of course. And then you have a guy on the front of the vault being like, yeah, don't go in. Just be a nice little bit of...
the guy opening the door was completely incompetent. That's their gatekeeper, basically. So I think that presents that this isn't really a tough society,
I'm talking about the smart raiders. They didn't have any plan to prevent them from just wandering in and discovering the whole lie. I was like, why? Why is their plan so crap? Had someone done that earlier, the whole thing falls apart. The whole thing falls apart several times, but I was just like, this is what I mean. I was like, God, the potential is through the roof. And they fuck it up completely. And then, of course, like I said, I don't know enough about Fallout's New Vegas's lore to talk about how they're fucking that up. But I've seen loads of posts about how angry Fallout fans are because this thing is not an adaptation as much as it is supposed to be additional canon. Like it's supposed to be in line with the games. So it's rewriting essentially.
Well, yeah, I've heard it's rewriting Fallout New Vegas stuff. I'm not exactly sure myself where. Now, of course, if you play the games, we know that New Vegas was made by Obsidian and not Bethesda. So I don't know if they're trying to raise the Obsidian side of it, which would happen to be Fallout New Vegas.
So the writer, one of the writers has 3 credits. Fangirled. Oh, sorry, there were a camera tech on that one. My bad. Quarantines, The Sauce, and Fallout. And then that's Chaz Hawkins. Genevieve Robertson, hyphenated name. Let's see this one. She wrote Captain Marvel.
Oh.
And the new Tomb Raider movie. Okay.
The new Tomb Raider movie? What? The least you've a candle.
My hopes have been dashed for the rest of the series now.
Well, it's I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I've seen this is one of the most mixed sort of reviews I've seen of a thing ever. I've seen people saying it's absolute garbage and people saying it's great. So
yeah, that's why I had to see it. That's why I had to see it for myself, because it was all over the place. People who we know, some of them have gone, "Oh, this is really good," and some of them have gone, "This is absolutely fucking terrible."
So the other writer is Graham Wagner, who has worked on Silicon Valley, which as an executive producer. Great fucking show. Portlandia, Baskets.
Oh, wow.
Not a lot of genre though. Not a lot of genre. Guess we'll find out. MauLer doesn't like it. How many episodes have you seen? Have you seen one?
Just the one, but that's the thing,
Okay,
right? Like,
yeah.
I have no reason to continue unless everybody I know says, no, seriously, the first one is the wonky one.
I'm going to power through after the show today with Junior. Well, you know what? That'll be the judge, because when I sat down to watch The Last Airbender with both my sons who had grown up on it, like Logan was out after the first episode. He's like, forget it. I'm done. So, yeah, but I plan on powering through today after the show. So we'll see.
I've heard Walton Goggins is the best thing about the show, and obviously I only got the one scene with him at the end of episode 1, so I can buy that he carries it. That's something that can happen.
Absolutely. He's freaking great.
Yeah.
He is great
Phenomenal
actor. Justified was awesome.
He was great in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I wouldn't have minded.
I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't have minded more of the pre-nuclear world setup. Maybe learn more about the Institute, Enclave, things like that. Try and give people a better understanding of these organizations leading into the nuclear strikes. I mean, I thought they did it well. I thought there was, very nice visuals on it and everything. And they wanted to get to the post Fallout ASAP. But maybe just God, just think about something like Battlestar Galactica and the when they did the episodes that were building up to the Cylon attack. And how the society was and how the worlds existed together and all of that. That was such interesting stuff that you could have taken aspects of before the bombs and really sort of built up the world to go into the fallout. And I was hoping that we were going to get more of the Vault Tech interference with the Vault. I was hoping that there was going to be a twist with the Vault, because most of the Vaults, of course, were used for experimental purposes.
Yeah. I thought the obvious thing was the episode 1 would end with the Vault opening. Isn't that like the most straightforward thing ever?
Yeah, well, of course, that's how I
thought the episode. That's why I thought the episode. Well, I was running short on time, and I thought that's where. And I'm looking at like, oh shit, it's got like 25 minutes left.
Well, I gave them a little bit too much credit, because what I thought they were doing was having Vault 33 and 32 next to each other, which I thought was weird. But then when the brother went inside and saw that the crops are all destroyed and all that kind of stuff, I thought, oh, this is Vault Tech. So Vault Tech have put 2 vaults simultaneously next to each other, one to thrive, one to fail. And the test, of course, would be to see how the vault that fails then starts to perceive the vault that is flourishing. So I thought that was the Vault Tech twist, the experimentation between the vaults. And so when it turned out to be Raiders, I was a little just disappointed that it was just Raiders.
Yeah, I knew they were bad from second one, but I thought again, like probably like you, I thought they were from that vault and they just fucked it up and they were just coming to take other people's shit. I didn't know they were from the outside. So.
They were failing. They killed their own overseer, and now somebody who'd like risen, overthrown their overseer, and then been like, right, we're gonna go and overthrow Vault 33 now.
Right. because like you would think, and you mentioned this, and I don't know because I didn't play the game, that like every vault would have a different personality, right? One, there'd be like vault that probably was set up like a prison, you know, like too authoritative.
Well, there were vaults that were set up as they're all there were a few control vaults for sure. There were just control vaults, but most of the vaults were set up to have some sort of experimentation.
Okay.
That's horrible from
yeah,
my
because-
understanding.
Yeah,
Well, to be fair, what you're talking about may, you know, there's going to be twists and turns throughout the season that may, because who knows what'll happen exactly in regards to, because they're obviously trying to bait intrigue with that woman, right? It's like, you know, I'm doing this, that, and it's like, oh, what does that mean? Why are they interested in the dad? Oh, there's plenty of things to figure out, but there's no plot unless everyone was injected with retarditis. Like, I will not be able to be justified in assuming the first episode made a lot of sense. It was like,
I mean, there was definite hints that there was some inbreeding going on in Vault 33.
Yeah, dude. So again, I was under the impression that there were probably vaults. There would be different outcomes, right? Because you put, you know, different tribes of people were completely different. They did basic stuff. They ate, they fucked, but they would. I thought we were just in the pristine, properly run, naive vault, and that you know.
There were some really interesting vaults. Like one of the vaults was set up, and when you go into the vault, the first thing you get is this tape, and this tape would be, you have to sacrifice somebody every year for this vault to continue, otherwise you'll all be annihilated. So what they would do is they would vote an overseer, and it would be the overseer who'd be sacrificed. So you didn't want to become the overseer of that vault because if becoming the overseer meant you got sacrificed. And then that led to people being like, we can't just continue to sacrifice. It's got to stop, which then caused a division within the vault itself, which pit them against each other. And then the people who didn't want to do the sacrificing pretty much wiped out all the people who did want to do the sacrificing. And then they said, we're not going to sacrifice anyone anymore, to which another tape was then released. And this is like, goodness knows how many generations later, few generations later. And then the other tape was just like, oh, congratulations. You've passed the test, is to not even sacrifice people in the first place. And so there's like 4 people who are left, and 3 of them just killed themselves because of what they realized they'd done.
Oh my God.
Which led just one person alive at the end of it, and they just left the vault.
That's hilarious. They did.
Wow.
They do something like that in A Song of Ice and Fire. The Prince of Pentos is chosen, and then when the crops go bad, they just slit his throat and pick a new one. Neat.
Fun.
But yeah, if you guys soldier on and you recommend it once you finish it, I'll check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna soldier on.
continue.
I'm interested enough. I don't like hate Lucy. Like that's the kind of character that's like it's so fucking tired though. It's just getting tired. So like I don't know if it's lowered expectations at this point, but I'm like, hey, I didn't hate her. She's a likable character. She was a likable character. I'll follow around. Maximus, that's the
black guy.
Brotherhood of Steel.
Brotherhood of Steel. Black guy, as X-Ray Girl said. I was going to say it anyway. I don't give a shit. Yeah, completely uninteresting. Didn't care. Like every time they switch back, I was just like, go back to the vault. It's a more interesting story to me. And the ghoul, who's going to, that's coming up.
Going to be the best character by far in the show.
Easily.
Yeah.
That opening scene I thought the opening scene was very cool. I liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it a lot.
I know that there's a big split in the fandom between pre and post Bethesda era storytelling. Like people have a particular view of how Fallout is supposed to be tonally created as a storyline, right? And I don't know how familiar you guys are, but Fallout 1 and 2 are incredibly different to Fallout 3 post.
Yes.
Yeah. And I get that. It's not something that I have got an opinion on myself, really, but like Fallout fans are having a big sort of battle as to exactly what the show should have been or should be in this universe anyway.
Yeah,
tonally speaking.
I think this could get me some hate. When's that ever stopped me?
Might get you some heat.
I think there is the current day people are more about the bobbleheads and the sort of quirkiness, whereas the first couple of Fallouts they were very earnest and you know, kind of dark and all that kind of stuff. I would have liked to have seen more of the earnestness with the Vault, because Kyle MacLachlan was playing it straight, and it was actually great to see a strong father figure in the show, and not a weak father figure. So that in itself was at least a positive. But my God, we're talking about little praising today if we have to say stuff like that, because all characters should be well written. Period. And he was playing it so straight that it just seemed bizarre that you had these weird, quirky people in the Vault that didn't.
That's actually something I wanted to talk to you about, because I was like, how is it that she is so very unique compared to mostly everybody we see and talk to in that Vault, even to the point where some of the others are looking at her like she's... Remember when she's like, what's your sperm count? Your doctor should have been, you know, noting that. And then the girl next to her is like, you know, chill out, shut the fuck up. Like, you're being weird. And I was like, wait, I thought all of them were weird because they're Vault dwellers or whatever. And then her dad is like, as you just pointed out, he's very, very normal. He's the most normal and competent person in the show.
Yes.
Or at least from the episode I saw.
Yeah, I agree with you, MauLer. I thought pregnant fucking fork in the eye woman was ridiculous.
That was DEI moment. So I'm like, box checked.
But I knew from the moment I saw her, I wasn't gonna like that character.
Can we talk about like they really want to see pregnant women in battle? What the fuck is wrong with these people? We've seen it twice in Marvel Comics. We saw it in fucking Avatar.
Spider-Man.
Well, and that's lifted directly from the comics, MauLer.
Yes.
Yeah, that's lifted directly from the comics. There's a faction of Hollywood that really wants to see pregnant women in battle. What the fuck is wrong with you? And if you've ever been around a pregnant woman, yes, she can kill an individual easily if you piss her off. But going into battle, they're not running very fast, not a lot of stamina, and they're going to be really fucking hungry.
In World War III, I want to see pregnant women storming the beaches of Normandy. Okay.
Well, if you think about it, as pregnant women it's just a mech suit, for the flash mech suit for the baby.
Yeah, maybe it's not the woman, maybe it's the baby controlling it all.
Oh my God.
In all seriousness, it comes off as an idealized fourth or fifth wave feminism from a gay man, like somebody who would just never be around a pregnant woman other than maybe the baby shower, have no fucking idea what they're talking about. It's fucking terrible.
So. The wife is pregnant due to her husband's boyfriend.
Yeah.
That's who's actually got them pregnant.
Somebody asked Chrissy. Hey Chrissy, you ready when you were like 8 months pregnant? Were you ready to go fight? Storm the beaches of Normandy. Were you ready to go
with your HRT brethren?
I feel bad too. I said Fallout 1 and 2. I meant Fallout 1, 2, and New Vegas.
I'm sorry. We got to modernize it. Ready to go burn down Minnesota during the Summer of Love. Were you ready to do that? That's the latest heroic event, according to them. So,
I triple MauLer. I love Fallout 3. I love Fallout 3.
Oh, that's the one I thought presented.
I do not like Fallout 4. I do not like Fallout 4 at all.
Is that a normal? I can't remember because I didn't play 4, but people are. How much do people love Fallout 4? Or do they feel mixed on it?
When I was asking,
love it.
I got
the dog loves it.
3 and New Vegas were like the best ones.
Yes.
To start with or play at all.
But Fallout 4, I tell you, if I ever have to go help another fucking settlement, I was ready just to stab people in the face. But everything there was so much about Fallout 4 that was wrong, from the location, Boston. No offense to people who live in Boston, but that is not a location for a Fallout game, an interesting Fallout game at all. It should have been London, which the mod is coming, and yes, I will be playing it. Or it should have been Sydney or Paris or Moscow or something. Boston, whatever. The base building stuff, nonsense.
Kyiv?
Hey?
Kyiv? Ukraine, maybe?
Kiev,
whatever the fuck it's called. I don't care.
Chicken Kiev.
Chicken Kiev.
Fallout Keith.
Yeah.
Fallout. I play Fallout
Some
Keith.
dude like that.
Hey, what about Fallout Glasgow?
Glasgow.
Moscow. Fallout Moscow.
Kiev.
Fallout Johannesburg.
See, I can't see
that exists.
I know many people are waiting for my Ukraine take. That was it.
Can't wait for that video.
Somebody asked Dr. Disrespect on his stream last night what his thoughts were on George Floyd. He's like, George Floyd. Say, we're here about fucking violent speed momentum. We're not here to talk about politics. Fucking get him out of there. Get him out of there.
I love that.
It's funny because there's so many people who stream video games would be like, right, well, as an expert, I'll
I
tell
know.
you exactly how I feel.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
As a player of Rainbow Six Siege, here's my take.
Oh, okay. Real quick, because I have a video coming out in an hour, a couple hours. Full Civil War review.
Hold on.
What?
What would you? What would you give it out of 10?
What, the
Oh, God.
episode?
Yeah.
The
Can we
two-thirds
do
that
that?
I watched. I would give it. Okay, have you guys seen Twisted Metal? The show.
I've seen
Oh,
clips.
no,
haven't seen
not the show. No.
No.
I actually liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I gave it a 7 out of 10. It's not perfect. It was fun to watch. It was it had a couple of DEI things in it, of course, but ultimately I thought it was a pretty fun show. And I was kind of getting the same feeling on this one. So I like 6.5, 7 out of 10 right now. But I got to watch the full episode, so it's hard for me to say. I could finish this saying it's the greatest thing I ever fucking seen, or not. I don't know. What do you give it
about-
out of 10?
Birthday girl, what would you give it?
Oh, like a 7. It's not amazing, but it's entertaining. I quite like
I'd
it.
give it. I'd leave Mulder to go last because he might have the spiciest one. I'd give it a 6. I'd give the first episode a 6. It's above average. It was good. It hasn't quite hit that stride, but I think there's potential. So I'll give it a 6.
I think if MauLer did an EFAP, my score would end up lowering because I didn't realize all
funny.
the stuff.
People have been saying like Bull would like it if he only watched the rest of the season. Then other people have been like, you know who he is, right? Like if he watches the rest of it, he might end up hating it even more.
I gotta say, even the people who have really liked it that I've spoken to, most of them have said to me, it's really weird. Most of them said it picks up at episode 4. That's what pretty much all of them have said.
And
picks up at episode 4.
That's pretty common right now, even with good stuff, and that's bad when it's an 8-episode season.
Sure.
So it picks up almost halfway through the show, almost halfway through the series. It's not bad, but people go with Star Trek: The Next Generation, bad first season. Yeah, like, dude, 7 seasons, hundreds of episodes. Okay, you allow more time with that stuff. You don't have more time. I love.
Possible that it becomes much stronger. I'm not going to rule that out. So it's very, very good to happen. It's just that I just don't know if I want to spend time on it until I feel like it's more likely.
Right.
You know?
I get that.
Could you go in Discord and find Garrett put in the I think the IGN review? Could you find that, X-Ray Girl? It's pretty funny what it says. It's pretty funny. So what we had heard, I say we, royal we, is like Amazon wasn't super high on this. That's why they dropped it all at once. So maybe Amazon just isn't a very good judge of their own shit. I don't fucking know, but people seem to be liking it. Fallout is pretty great. It would have been better weekly.
I saw that. Yeah.
Forbes did the same article too.
Yes, it is. It is better to release your show weekly, especially this would be a great example of that. Oh, whoops. We have something that people might like and they would have talked about for 2 fucking months, and then you could have binged it afterwards. Instead, it'll be, oh, it's something people like, and then 2 weeks from now, just gone. Just gone.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Could be. We'll see.
From a business aspect, it's fucking retarded to drop everything at once. It's retarded. As a
I
viewer,
was surprised that they did that because Amazon's not known for doing that. So
no, the reason I was told they did it is because they didn't like it and they wanted to see. And the season 2 is going to be based on not just what people are saying about it, like how many people actually watch it. So we'll see. We'll see. We also heard something. I mean, I guess we can kind of talk about it now, because the Fellowship of the Fans of the Rings.
oh yeah, okay.
We were.
It looks like Rings of Power is undergoing editing now.
Okay, so let's just
Season
point
2
out
is undergoing
we've been kind of hinting at this. Just now, it's undergoing editing. It's been, so according to Amazon, it has been completed filming for almost a year. Almost a year. And it's just getting to editing now. So what would lead to that? What would did they just like, hey, we'll get to it a year from now. We won't rush this one out. We won't get it to the editors. Or did they reshoot some shit?
Reshot and then re-edited is
Yes.
what I would speculate.
Yes. Yeah. So
They shot it, they edited it, they watched it, they said, Jesus H fucking Christ. They reshot it, and now they're re-editing it.
and I promise you, it won't be any better. It'll be shit.
Maybe if they take a chainsaw to it, it could improve.
Right?
Let's hope.
Just
We
no,
ain't
it's
seen
just
it.
trash. Just put it in the trash.
So the speculation.
We're not seeing past history, I'm telling you. I'm telling you now, we ain't seeing
No,
past
no,
history.
we're not. No, the speculation between the 5 Rings of Power fans is, oh, well, it'll take a couple months. What? Maybe the first couple of episodes. And I mean, that's a big fucking maybe. Then you'd have to promote it. There would be a lead in. I think the earliest possible. I honestly don't think they should put that much work into it because you're wasting your fucking time. But end of the year, like Christmas Day.
I would say if it's going into editing now, the way that they turned it around in season 1,
Based on that?
I could imagine September at the earliest. September, October is a possibility. I would say more likely November.
More likely. But they also need a promotional lead in unless they're just throwing it away. So like most movies and TV shows like to get a few months ahead to start teasing.
We've seen how quickly they've just like smashed the editing.
Well,
out.
and there's also like the Eternals where they released one fucking trailer really close to the release of the movie and just forgot about it because they gave up on it. So there's that angle too. Whatever happens, if it comes out this year, hell yeah, baby. Let's go.
That was going back into editing to take more out of it. They took 42 fucking minutes off that film, for goodness sake.
Maybe they did that with Rings of Power. Maybe we'll get like 28-minute episodes.
I'll take it.
I'll take it too.
I'll take that right now. I'll take that right now.
Well, remember, Gary, the fucking Xander's like there's 48 hours left of the season after the first 2 episodes came out.
He needs an X-ray girl. Like
that was
fucking lobotomy.
It was so funny because it's just like you can't make that kind of mistake.
No.
What fucking season of TV would release these days of 50 hours?
I don't know. I knew a guy that said Thor did 730 million in the opening weekend.
Oh, does it rhyme with Pampia?
Yes, it rhymes with Bomb Pampia.
He meant yen.
He meant yen.
Ooh, you have to go all Asian, don't you?
God, he ran with that so fast. And you fucking know. He had Ryan Kinnell. Ryan Kinnell was right in the back of his fucking head and inspired that entire decision because Ryan was running box office stuff going, it's not looking good. And like he got the first good news he thought he could get to stick it to Ryan Kinnell. Didn't work out so well.
Whoopsies.
Whoopsie doopsie. By the way, Ryan Kinnell has missed his calling.
Oh, I saw that video.
He gay?
Get a little being gay?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, really
That's
gay.
a good one. X-ray girl. Oh, we're a horrible influence on you.
No,
maybe-
boy band got Ryan Kinnell.
Or maybe you've just been this way all the time. Mhm.
I grew up with 2 brothers.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryan, get a little booze in him. Holy shit. He starts singing and singing and singing. Ryan's a talented guy. Okay. Since Az is gone, MauLer.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Civil War?
Oh, I watched it with some friendos, and we were like,
In
"Here
the
we
theater,
go."
of course. You were in
In
the
the
theater,
of
eating your
course.
popcorn.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
The perfect environment. I was just like, oh, I'm so ready for a thunderful romp, a romantic comedy through the world of America in this non-tumultuous time. This is going to be fun on the bun. And about an hour and a half in, I was like, is there a story that's going to happen at some point? And
Nope.
unfortunately, it sort of just ended, and I was like, oh,
MauLer, you don't understand. You're not media literate. Okay.
I see. I've read all of the things about what I was supposed to grasp from this film.
Art is about interpretation and
it is-
subjective.
Yeah, I saw Drink getting in some trouble for saying that he thought it was weak as fuck and that not interesting with barely any character. People were like, this guy can only understand movies if they've got a superhero in it. I was like, what the hell?
I wait till my video comes out.
Well, so yeah, my POV was I was extremely disinterested in the characters because there was barely any, and I was just waiting to discover more about this world, how it all happened, and grasp more about what the meaning of the film is beyond the obvious, like strict lines characters deliver practically to the camera. And then like the more boring stuff of just like look at the horrors that journalists have to go through, and look at the horrors of war and the inhumanity to man, and how the inhumanity can spread to those who are trying to record it. Also, I was just like, I've seen this better in so many other films.
Oh God, yes.
And those ones had character too.
Yes, they did. Full Metal Jacket, Apocalypse Now, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? If you want to talk about Odyssey films, because that's what it really tries hard to be. It tries to hard to be surreal, and there's a couple of scenes where it kind of pulls it off, but then there's talk about dumb decisions, MauLer. There is so many fucking dumb decisions in this, including, hey, there's a guy with his fucking head blown off and a bunch of Christmas decorations in the middle of fucking July. Let's go drive through it. What the hell?
Joe, the friend I was watching it with was like, there'll be a line in a second. They'll say like, we don't have the fuel to go back. They'll say something that means they have to go through, and then they didn't.
That didn't even make my video. They made a point that fuel was like really important. I mentioned resources, but and then they just got gas the rest of the way somehow because they went 1,000 fucking miles. 1,000 miles. So they were going from New York to DC, which is I don't know. I'm not too familiar with their couple hundred miles, 4-hour trip. But they had to go around because they specifically say that the interstates are vaporized around, I guess, Washington. Vaporized how? Not really sure.
I thought the Jesse Plemons' scene was the only scene I liked. There's moments I liked.
I thought that was the dumbest scene.
Well, so what I'll say is that it was mainly his performance, because the more I'm thinking about it is like, well, how it got to where it was so fucking retarded. And then
retarded.
What it says about the people there, I think, is not very effective. Like, it's kind of sad. But like him playing a character, he's like Todd from Breaking Bad in that scene. And I don't know, I just enjoy him being an evil son of a bitch,
Well, he's good at being an evil son of a bitch, but like I guess if you assume everyone's retarded in this alternate America, you can kind of understand how it devolved, like an idiocracy.
How they got into that
civil
scenario
war.
was some of the most bizarre fucking shit, right? Where they're like, "Oh god, a truck is chasing us. Oh god, what are we gonna do? Oh, it's our friends who've chased us, followed us directly from our starting point." I was like, "That's strange, but okay, I guess." Like, now let us have one of them climb into our car while we're racing across the road. Then we'll have one of ours climb into theirs, and I was like, why is this happening unless we're going to set up something else? Like, what possible fucking reason could this be happening?
Exactly. And you thought it would set up something logically with them switching cars. By the way, it doesn't. But this is where the media literacy people will come in and go, they were just trying to show the randomness of a post-apocalyptic society where people can still be human. Except they're jumping in between cars while they're driving because there's these open roads, right? Like there's no danger of another car coming. And then they lose them. And I don't know how the fuck they lost. Like the way they set it up, it was pretty hard to lose them. And then their car stops at the front of Jesse Plemons' house. Not really sure. He's with two other mute people. and their doors are open, and they are, the next time you see them, they're on their knees. Looks like they're about to get executed as a dump truck is dumping bodies into a giant pit of bodies. So it was all for symbolism, but they set nothing up story-wise, right? Which a better film, like I'm going to just say it, a better filmmaker could have probably pulled it off. Not really sure. But people, all the cinephiles out there, Alex Garland's a god. It's like he's hit or miss with me. I think some stuff is good.
He's more miss than hit with me. And it's more, it's like weighted to his first half of his career, so to speak. Like,
absolutely. I couldn't get through Men. 10 minutes of that, I was fucking out. I was like, fuck this.
I'm very much not a fan of devs of show that most people haven't even seen. Then
I heard of it.
Annihilation. I really didn't like Annihilation.
I didn't like Annihilation
because I loved Ex Machina, which I was like, I'll keep an eye on this guy going forward, and I was like, why am I keeping an eye on this guy? I was just, never mind, it's fine.
Yeah, and I mean, no offense, but I mean, a Brit taking on an American Civil War. And he mentioned specifically, like, he's trying to not be biased in multiple. I watched a lot of interviews before my review, but the thing is, he even mentions, like, it was, everybody's biased, but like, he's incredibly biased. He lets it slip when he explains the Texas, California, being allied. He that's the one thing he goes, man, I shouldn't explain this, but then he explains it. So he explains that he specifically chose California and Texas because they are on the opposite sides, but they chose to ally to fight fascism. And he said, you would think that even if people who are opposed politically would ally to fight fascism. Now, that's the specific word he chose, not authoritarianism, not a dictator. He chose fascism. So, and he also wrote this in 2020. He finished it in 2020 prior to that date in January. So that's really important to know, because a lot of people are imprinting that date in January on this, but he specifically goes, no, the movie took 4 years to make. It got delayed a bunch because of COVID, not necessarily the strikes. But that's why he picked those two states. That was his reasoning. But in that, he showed his bias. So it's Hollywood. It's, we talk about this with heroism in Hollywood. They don't even know what it is anymore. They don't know what good from bad is at all. They are so fucking lost, and they are in their insular fucking bubble. They don't know what a hero is. As a matter of fact, they actively hate the hero. They see it as some form of propping up an unjust system. They bought into all that fucking shit. So they can't be unbiased.
They often see them as super cops, right? Which they hate.
Yeah.
They're like, don't want to have stacks. That in a way, a lot of people see that as fascism, which it just starts to get fucking tangled up like crazy. Like Batman or Superman. They're both like super cops.
Yeah, Batman's a fascist.
Batman's a fascist.
Batman's a fascist. So they don't know. So I think in their head, in Alex Garland's head, he thinks I'm being as unbiased as possible. But the thing is, he's just afraid to attack his own side, right? So you can come at it, you can imprint a lot of stuff in this movie because nothing fucking happens. As Little Platoon, I even put it in my fucking video. Little Platoon's response was perfect. A blank piece of paper. That's exactly what this fucking movie is. It's a blank piece of paper, but it definitely gives tells once in a while. The snipers with nail polish and dyed hair. The fucking Offerman's president's Trump. It's fucking Trump. There's no way you're going to think that's
waste
Biden.
Of Offerman, by the way.
Total waste.
Like, does he speak for a grand total of about 3 sentences?
Maybe. And they're repeated. And they're repeated in the beginning, right? Because he's rehearsing for a speech.
Yeah.
And then he says one sentence at the end. That's it. And Plemons was hired like a couple of weeks before they started shooting for that one scene.
He filled in for someone who'd left the project, right? And he's like my favorite person in the whole movie, just because I felt something when watching him kill people.
The only character that felt somewhat human was Sammy. but he was like the sage old, wise man that you knew was going to die.
The old era
Yeah.
journalist, mid era journalist, and then young, brand new journalist. I think that's what
Who was
they're going
fucking
with, right?
annoying as fuck. I wanted her to get shot throughout the entire film.
I thought they would have done that. I would have thought they
did too.
They would subvert us and instead, because I thought the obvious ending was Kirsten Dunst would get shot and that she would be the photographer for that. I'd be like, that's the way to go. But wouldn't it then be like more tragic and more poignant to have the little girl shot just before she even starts her career? But no, they did not only did the obvious thing,
Really
again,
obvious.
but I don't think they did it very well. It was kind of funny.
Oh.
We laughed in the theater. We laughed in the theater. It was funny. I was watching it with 15 of my closest. We bought the entire row, so it was like a lot of the the people who were at the meetup were there with us. Shout out. But Kelly Jones and Lynn, who's been on the show, Kelly and Lynn Jones were there. Kelly was doing this fucking narration. He was talking throughout the whole fucking movie. It was hilarious.
I wish I sat next to y'all now.
Was cracking up throughout this whole thing. He's like, what is that? It's so good. Yeah, like when they mentioned the Antifa massacre, everybody went, oh,
Everyone laughed.
That's so funny.
So the reason I thought that was really funny, I was laughing for a while, is because I didn't know if they meant Antifa were massacred or that Antifa massacred people.
I know, because that's a big difference, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because like one of them's like, haha, and the other one's like, oh, well, typical. I would assume it was Antifa massacring people. No, Antifa getting massacred. The other way, sorry. Antifa getting massacred. I think I think Antifa getting massacred. I would lean heavily to that side. But they left it open to interpretation.
I expected the full movie to be full of stuff like that, but that was like the only line where I was like, oh, there you go, and then I was like, is there anything else? Or is that it? By the way, something I wanted to mention was you've seen Nightcrawler, I assume, right, Gary?
Yes.
Do you remember? I'm trying to remain as spoiler free as possible because everyone should go watch Nightcrawler. It's fucking amazing. The ending of that, one of the big payoffs between the two characters, like that. It felt like watching that, but really badly done.
Really badly done. And I couldn't agree with you more. I'm like, they have to be setting up the girl to get shot. It would be narratively more tragic, and it would show that there are consequences for her absolute recklessness. And it would also show you the horrors of war. And
and idolizing these people can get you that kind of life.
But no, it was straight up pass the baton. and then when Lee, Kirsten Dunst's character, dies, no, like, oh, no, look, she just glances back real quick and they just move on and she gets her money shot. Sorry to spoil the film. You're not going to watch it anyway. And the whole point was to get an interview with the president. They get one quote. The president says, please don't kill me. And then they fucking execute him and then take a money shot, right? And of course he's executed by a black female. So, no symbolism there. They were totally unbiased. It's like, get the fuck out of here. But, and that's where the movie ends. That's, boom, ends. And the only thing I'm thinking about, MauLer, is, well, they just destabilized the world more. They made it very clear. Instead of, like, putting him on trial, they
allowed them to photograph all of that.
And they allowed him to photograph all of that, which would absolutely make him a martyr with the loyalist states. And they mentioned, I had to go back because, like you, MauLer, because we chatted about it before. I was like, this is boring. I'm paying attention to everything. And there are three major factions fighting. There's the loyalist states, which are the interior states. There's the northern states, which are the New People's Army. Then there's the Florida Alliance, which are the southern states. They're in a skirmish with the Carolinas to try to take over the Carolinas. And the only two states united taking on the loyalist states are California and Texas. So California and Texas just executed the president for this huge swath of land in the middle. And the Florida Alliance and the New People's Army don't get along. They're gonna even Sammy mentions, they'll just go after each other when it's all done. Like, them killing him won't do anything. It'll just go. So they actually mentioned the movie. So like, I I was way more interested in the concept of it and the world they were setting up.
Yeah.
We were just going through the most uninteresting part of it, following the most unlikable people. So it's like,
well, yeah, and it was baffling watching. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not familiar with exact tactics of a military, like assaulting a building and how they deal with photographers. But when you've got room by room breaches and a commander being like, go there, do this, keep an eye on that, do that, and then he's also directing photographers.
That was. See, I could not agree more. The battle leading up to the White House was fine. I thought that was fine. I actually okay, this is a pretty good battle. Once they get in the White House, it gets retarded. Like they're just running in front of them and shit. I'm like, does that, even if that really happened?
And like you got like three guys, three of the members of the military. I forget what the sides are exactly called, but they've got the president on the floor. It's over. It's done. All the guns are on him. And then they're like, let the photographers get their shot. I'm just like, those cameras would be broken. They would never allow. Like, you don't get to record this. We're gonna fuck him up, because obviously they would hate him, right? He's a personification of everything they believe that the suffering of the country belongs to. There's a reason why you don't see a lot of that in those situations, because they want to be able to control what everyone thinks about that event. You know what I mean? But they want to be able to tell everybody what happened. They don't want a photographer releasing a bunch of pictures.
A kill order is retarded. It's absolutely, in this situation, if you got a chance to capture him, you do it. You do it. It's not like Osama bin Laden, who's killed a bunch of people. Fuck that dude. This is a leader who caused civil war. You put him on trial. You humiliate him.
If he's in the White House, surely they have some of the best. They got a bunker under that, haven't they?
Yes. And he'd be in a fucking bunker. I mentioned that.
Yeah.
He'd be in a fucking bunker. He wouldn't be hiding under his desk. It's fucking retarded. So they went. They went. Well, remember when they this? I know this scene. This is the one scene in the movie that would make Razorfist happy. But they blow up the Lincoln Memorial, and it's like, why were you hunkered down at the Lincoln Memorial? Like, why was that a strategic position? No, they just wanted to blow it up, right? So this film is a lot of symbolism over story. That's all it is, and that the president being under the desk is just fucking dumb. It's just dumb. The fact that he's still in the fucking White House is dumb, especially when it's clear that they're losing. They're losing at this point. So you come in at the end of the Civil War. You're only traveling through Pennsylvania. You have to take some roundabout way that makes it a 900-mile trip instead of a 200-mile trip. And a lot of it is just sitting in a car and suicide. I like some of the music, they played Suicide in the beginning. Right. I like Suicide. And then some of the other musical choices are fucking weird. Just weird and bad. So, yeah, but a lot of people sitting in a car talking.
Yeah.
Az is back.
And despite that,
I've been here the whole time. I've just been listening. That's all.
Okay.
I just took the camera and mic off when I thought you were coming to the end of your diatribes.
What's your final word, MauLer? Civil War.
For a hyper politically charged film, it was a pretty boring, just normal film with not much in it. For me, anyway. That's how I felt about it.
Yeah,
kind of shit.
The politics weren't the worst thing in it, at all. The hardest thing to believe is journalists being heroes.
Yeah,
an objective. And Alex Garland came out and he's all, it's terrible that journalists are attacked. And I'm like, motherfucker, they did it to themselves. And no, you're right, it is. It sucks that we don't have a free press. It really does fucking suck. And they caused it. You can't blame, he blames social media and politicians and the people. I'm like, no, it's the fucking journalists. It's their own fucking fault. So he wrote this prior to COVID. And you can tell, because we live in a different fucking world, So, yeah, but mostly it's boring. Mostly,
how's it doing box office wise?
It's highest grossing A24 movie for an opening weekend. I don't know how it'll do afterwards. It was weird. I was driving through the middle of Texas, and I saw a drive-in theater, and and it says Kong X Godzilla. I'm like, okay, that's a good drive-in movie, I guess. That makes sense. And then it said Civil War, and I'm like, who's gonna go to the fucking drive-in to watch this?
No, thank you.
Well, somebody that probably just wants their dick sucked because nobody's gonna be watching the fucking screen.
That's a good point. That's a good point. It's a good point.
This movie's boring. I know something that isn't boring.
So let's get to the Forbes article. Like, I want to see how they break this down. Star Wars lost money, everybody.
Star Wars lost money.
Star Wars lost money. Ooh, whoops.
Isn't it? It's got didn't Civil War, by the way, have a 50 million budget?
Hang on a second. How did I do that?
That's so it's got to hit about 150 million worldwide to break even.
I mean, I don't actually. I haven't looked at any of the numbers, so I don't know if that's expected or not. I know that wasn't A24's previous most expensive movie. Beau is Afraid, I think it was, right?
Maybe.
Ex Machina was cheap.
Well, I mean,
for a film, it was low budget.
Yeah, like
film.
Yeah, it's as expensive as it needed to be, right? If you watch it, it's not like they skimp on anything. It's just the story is like low scale.
Yeah,
and,
good story.
Yes.
Not really that subversive. You know, I think we could kind of tell which avenue it was going to go down. It had this sort of regular beat payoff, but it's a really good cast and it was really well done.
There is a cleverness to it, I think, by the end.
Sure.
There's like a whole... I think there's a trick to the movie that if you rewatch it with something in mind... I don't know whether or not I should say it because the film has like been out for ages, but
I'd say it.
Spoil away.
If you rewatch the film with everything that Oscar Isaac says about his new expected model, if you watch the whole film thinking that fuck, why am I forgetting the actor's name? The Hux.
Donald
Gleason, that's it, yeah. If you watch the whole film thinking he is the new model, he is Oscar Isaac's perfect work, where he's managed to create a robot that could fully be integrated into, and that's what the test of the whole movie is. It's really fucking interesting to treat the script that way. Watching it again.
I never thought of it from that perspective at all. Actually,
there's a lot of little lines from Oscar Isaac and looks that he gives him, and if you remember, he treats him weirdly throughout the whole film. But if you treat it as though he's testing his own robot throughout the whole thing, I think it makes a lot of sense.
So when also real quick to Alex Garland, he's not giving up filmmaking. He said it in an interview. He's like, I'm just going to write for a while, not going to direct for a while. That's all he said. He's not giving up filmmaking. But you know who should give up filmmaking is Disney.
No.
Wait, I have
giving
that
up
sound
burning
effect.
money. Why would they do that?
I think I have that sound effect. Hang on. No. Right.
Oh my God.
Wait.
I don't know if I have the button. I'm going to press all of them.
It's in there somewhere.
I had to find it. I couldn't find it. The chat's like, stop. Sorry, guys.
Please, we give up.
We give up. I heard as you kept on doing it, I'm like, wait a minute, I have that button. I should use it.
And then you missed it three times.
Yep. Man, it's like, it's like riding a bicycle. This streaming thing,
It's like riding a bicycle. You always fall off.
when you're Mark the cyborg. Thank you.
Sorry,
Good
darling,
night.
we're tipping over
again. I like Disney Star Wars put into quotes. I need to start doing that. Star Wars. Box office profits failed to cover cost of buying Lucasfilm. So box office profits. That's a little too high there.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. I need to see all the words. It's hard enough for me as it is. Box office profits generated by Disney Star Wars movies have fallen 2.8 billion short of covering the media giant's purchase of the sci-fi sagas. Creator Lucasfilm, according to an analysis of recently filed financial statements. Disney bought Lucasfilm for $4 billion in 2012 and soon gave the green light to the new trilogy of Star Wars movies, which teamed up rising stars Daisy Ridley, Jonathan Boyega, with Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, and the late Carrie Fisher. All the stars aligned.
Wait a minute. It didn't even say Adam Driver, who's probably the most successful out of any of the rising stars there by a country mile.
Right.
That's probably fair, actually, because as much as he'd already done good work, he was rising at the time of being on Star Wars, Especially considering Daisy has not, like, where is she now?
Nowhere. Same with John Boyega. Nowhere.
And Adam Driver's probably the only one who's going to have a career.
He's a phenomenal actor. So.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
That often helps. Yes,
yep.
That does help. Yeah,
he'd be a good Snape. Just saying, he would be a very good Snape
for the TV show.
It depends on like his British accent. Like that really hinges on that. But all the stars aligned when The Force Awakens, the first film in the new series, was released in 2015, according to industry analysis. Box Office Mojo, it grossed a staggering $2.1 billion, causing Disney to commission 2 spin-off movies as well, and the 2 sequels, blah, blah, blah. However, as the series continued, there was a disturbance in the Force. Oh, they couldn't.
Yeah, it was Disney.
Do it. Oh man, I'm sorry. Now that I found that button, I'm gonna be using it a lot.
It's all over. It's all over now.
Oh,
I'm gonna get it.
There was a disturbance in the Force due to an over-reliance on computer-generated effects and a lack of the gritty, quirky characters who made the original movies smash hits.
Well, get rid of the first bit and focus on the second bit. The lack of character. Full stop.
Full stop.
Mm-hmm.
In 2019, The Rise of Palpatine, the third installment in the new trilogy, hauled in around half as much as the box office of The Force Awakens, though the series soon had renaissance. Is that how you guys say it over there? Renaissance.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Renee
a few
Zellweger.
weeks. Renee Zellweger, same thing. Same thing. Just a few weeks.
Never been the same ever since that plastic surgery, Ashley.
No, my God. No.
You seen Megan Fox?
Yeah.
Oh,
good Lord. What happened?
Plastic surgery and lots of it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad, man.
Yep.
That's the new wall. Plastic surgery.
What about Moriarty? Aaron Moriarty, man.
Oh,
So
sad.
sad.
Ooh.
And then there's Ozempic. So there's that and plastic surgery. Just a few weeks before the first case of the COOF was discovered in December 2019, Disney debuted its first Star Wars streaming series, The Mandalorian. It was an instant success thanks to the unlikely pairing of protagonists. The series is named after a gruff armor-clad bounty hunter played by Pedro Pascal. So yeah, it's just a Boba Fett derivative show. Who with a Yoda derivative character. Photos of the cute character, blah, blah, blah.
Character? Baby Yoda has a character now?
Yoda's, that's a stretch. Grogu is a character, blah, blah, blah. The Mandalorian was watched by a lot of people. Keep going. We don't need, this is a lot of recap we already know. So to make a long story short, they bought Star Wars. They shit-canned the EU. They made a shitty trilogy. They kind of turned things around a little bit with Mandalorian because they released it during the release of The Rise of Skywalker, which they knew was shit. Then they completely fucked up The Mandalorian by firing Gina Carano and an over-reliance on a fucking puppet who's not a fucking character. And a bunch of cameos.
That's hold on, I'll go find it.
All right.
Go find it. So, do they get into merchandise though? See, because that has to play into this. You know.
Let's see.
Not that does. Not that.
Here.
There we go. So, however, buried in the fine print, because that's where do they make money or not? Is in selling toys and DVDs. Was that?
You share this.
Oh, here's. Yeah.
Every episode of Mandalorian. This is just the most amazing thing you'll ever see in your life,
It's
folks.
aged pretty well, this. It came out season 1, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh no, we can't do our mission because we're out of milk. Guess we better get some of this new planet. Hey, we just need to get some milk.
We don't like Mandalorians, but we'll give you some milk if you kill the warlord monster bandit that's been using our Wi-Fi. Okay, well, here's your milk. Wait a second.
Oh no, Baby Yoda drank all the milk.
Perfect.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
It's perfect.
Perfect.
So if they're not just going off of box office numbers, that's what I'm curious about. However, buried in the fine print in this revelation that the purchase price of Lucasfilm isn't even included in the ROI calculation. Instead, it is purely based on the box office performance of Disney Star Wars trilogy, its 2 spin-off movies, merchandise, DVD, and Blu-ray sales. As revealed, the methodology is questionable as Disney based the ROI on the revenue generated by the movies, merchandise, DVD, and Blu-ray sales rather than the profit they made as it should have done. So that's important to know, is not not money generated, money made. Money made. The tax man will know all about that.
Yeah.
That fucking thief. That motherfucking thief.
With his big old sack with a $sign on it.
Dollar sign on it, stealing all our fucking money and giving it to the Ukraine and Kyiv.
Yeah. Just giving it anywhere but you.
Spending my money on chicken Kiev.
On chicken Kiev.
On,
The fuck?
on Fallout Keith.
Using the revenue rather than the profit artificially inflates the result as it doesn't factor in the costs that Disney had to pay out. Even this wasn't enough for media giant. Let's just make things clear. According to David Prowse, before he passed, who was supposed to get some residuals from Return of the Jedi from George Lucas. George Lucas said the movie never made money.
Yeah.
Even this wasn't enough for the media giant, so it also forecast the revenue that it expected the Star Wars movies, merchandise, DVDs, and Blu-rays to generate over a 10-year period, and based on that calculation, based the calculation on that too. In other words, Disney hasn't actually received the revenue that it used to calculate the return on investment. Holy shit. You mean Disney fudged the numbers? They wouldn't do that. Disney wouldn't lie.
Who put fudge in my numbers?
In summary, despite seeming to do so, Disney's presentation doesn't actually reveal whether its Star Wars movies have covered the cost of its purchase of Lucasfilm. There may be a good reason for this. Analysis of more than 80 pages of 800. 800. Not 80.
X-Ray Girl, where were you
800.
in this hour of need? When he needed you the most.
You were gone.
Fucking eat your birthday cake.
I can't eat cake today.
Did we ever get our message that we were?
Yeah, it's black people are great, white people are horrible.
Oh, that
I'm gonna
message.
Message. Okay.
Message. Check for our message, by the way, because I have many in-stream strokes. Okay, I just do. For 800 pages of company filings has revealed that the cost of making Disney's 5 Star Wars movies hit a total of $2.1 billion, peaking at $567.3 million. That's 449.1 million pounds, proper money, on The Force Awakens. However, that's just the start. Mindful of this blockbuster budget, Disney devised an ingenious way to make money back on the movie. Instead of shooting it in the United States, it chose Pinewood Studios in the United Kingdom, where the original trilogy...
Whoa. Can you just stop you there for a second?
Sure.
That's not an ingenious way. That's the way Hollywood's been doing it for fucking 50, 60 years. Is coming to Pinewood to do it.
Yes, because the British government gives them huge tax breaks.
Huge tax breaks. That's why they come to the UK. That's why you'll see most filmed at Pinewood Studios, London.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to wonder, it's like, why would they film for a while, they were filming Marvel films in Australia. Why would you pick up everybody and fly halfway across the world? That doesn't seem like it would save you money. It does. This enabled it to benefit from the UK government's audiovisual expenditure credit, which gives studios a cash reimbursement of up to 25.5% of the money they spend in the UK, provided that it represents at least 10% of the film's total costs. At the start of the year, the UK government slightly raised the reimbursement ceiling from 25% in the face of competition from other countries, which are offering similar schemes, including, but not limited to, South Africa. Good luck filming there, though. Try not to get murdered.
Fucking hell,
It has helped to make the UK dream ticket for movie makers, and according to the British Film Institute, and this is why, by the way, this is why Amazon moved Rings of Power from New Zealand to the UK. Foreign studio contributions around 77% of the 1.8 billion, 1.4 billion pounds, proper money, spent on making films in this country last year. With so much at stake, Disney didn't take any chances and got an endorsement from the UK government right from the start. In 2014, Treasury Secretary George Osborne, blah, 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 money. We saved you money through our fucking weird Ponzi scheme. And while we're telling American citizens to pay more taxes, we're finding ways to not pay them. The production also had an impact farther afield. Sets featured in the iconic Millennium Falcon, or Millennial Falcon in this case, and X-Wing spaceships were built at the Royal Air Force Base about 55 miles away west of London, whilst the mountainous Lake District region in the north of England was the setting. Scroll, X-Ray girl.
Hi.
She's doing two things at once.
I was reading.
She's a woman. She can do that.
I know.
Yeah.
I heard they can do that. I keep hearing they can do that.
Superpower.
The production also had an impact for. Oh, okay. So
scroll too high. You scroll too high.
That was the last word you said. I highlighted.
Are you
there we go.
rushing or are you dragging?
Sorry, I was getting my coffee too.
For the planet Takadoa, hiding place of the
Thanks,
sword-like lightsaber weapon belonging to Mark Hamilton's Luke Skywalker's Leia character.
Mark Hamilton.
Yes.
Don't make me laugh while I'm drinking coffee. I almost fucking died. Fucking hot coffee up your nose fucking hurts, dude.
Oh no! So I shouldn't zoom in on Gary's.
You know what you did, Gary? You slurpoed too hard.
Oh no! Gary, the biggest slurpo now.
I
slurpo way too much now.
I did. My eyes are watering, dude. That fucking burn. Oh shit! I got 3rd-degree burns in my nasal passages now. Thank you.
Better the nasal than the anal.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Where are we? Mark Hamilton.
No clue. Mark Hamilton, Luke Skywalker, Palpatine, Leia.
Using local staff wasn't the only catch that came with the generous.
I thought that was Island, not the Lake District, by the way. That was Island, wasn't it?
I don't fucking know. You tell me.
I think it's Island. I fact check me on that, but I think it was
Well,
Island.
you're in the fucking country. You would know.
Ireland isn't part of the United Kingdom.
Oh, did they say Ireland? I thought they were talking.
I thought he said Island.
No, the Lake District is,
I thought he said Island too. I thought he said Island too.
Yeah. No,
you're
they're saying the Lake District in the article.
Yeah.
But it's Ireland. It's
Ireland. Okay, I thought you said Island. I thought you said Island. I heard Island too.
Also, I do like, by the way, Az doesn't have to know about that, even though it's literally next door, compared to Gary has to know about all of America. Like, it's totally fair in terms of square footage.
Fuck him.
Fuck 'em.
And the
Fuck 'em all.
potatoes.
So using
no.
local staff. However, the costs of the movies made in the UK are consolidated in single companies, which file annual financial statements showing the cash reimbursement, headcount, salary, total expenses, and more. Man, you are trying to fill a word count with this fucking article. Jesus, just say, hey, they form like little companies in the UK to film these movies, and they have to present their financial statements, and that's how people are starting to find out, like, oh shit, Doctor Strange cost way more than we thought. Wow. Shocking news. The production companies usually have code names so they don't raise attention when filing for permits to shoot off-site. The Disney subsidiary behind The Force Awakens is named Foodles Productions, after the cafe next to the San Rafael, California headquarters of Kerner Optical, the original practical effects division of Lucasfilm Industrial Light and Magic. I used to work in San Rafael. I don't remember Foodles at all. A condition of receiving cash from the reimbursement is that the companies must be responsible for everything from pre-production to delivery of the movie and paying for the services relating to the finished film. It is one of the reasons why Foodles is still booking costs on its financial statements more than 8 years after The Force Awakens was released. What a fucking scam all this shit is.
Yep.
Such a fucking scam. Kind of like modern art. Biggest scam of all time, man. Rich people can run around and act
I'm
like
gonna
they're
tape a banana to a wall and earn millions. Fuck you.
right, and fucking rich bored people can convince themselves that they are artistically literate by interpreting shit that you can't interpret, and it also helps launder drug money. So it serves a dual purpose. The laundering the drug money honestly makes a little more sense than modern art itself. Just saying, from a practical effect.
You say bananas.
Yeah, bananas.
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 It's a Nissan.
Bananas.
It is a banana. Okay.
I need banana.
Adidas.
Banana. Put banana.
It's
Banana.
Adidas. It's Adidas. I'll give you aluminium because it sounds cool.
Adidas.
It's Adidas.
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 Fight.
Adidas.
Fight.
Where's the company
don't
from?
like when
is the
mommy and
company
daddy
is
fight.
I think it falls if it's an American company, it's Adidas. If it's not, then I guess you win. But I can't remember. I don't really care.
Dude, they're all fucking Chinese now.
Yeah.
That's where it all gets made by the same fucking poor boy who earns 3 pence a month.
Chained to a table so they won't jump out the window. Yeah.
I thought it was a girl because they have more delicate hands.
Oh.
I think they're German, by the way. So do we have to respect them at all?
No.
No.
Love you, Metal.
Love you.
Hey, I saw a German metal band. That was pretty cool. Saw Scorpions.
Scorpions.
I was, dude, they were fucking old and they still rocked. It was great.
Did they
Had a good
sing
time.
Winds of Change?
Yes, they did. And
Fuck yes.
the
Did you get
roadie.
your lighter out for that?
No, I did what the kids do. I got my cell phone.
Oh, your cell phone, of
I
course.
did my
Yeah,
cell
yes.
phone.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like right on the front of the fucking stage. It was fucking cool. I've never had VIP access for a band, but Malta, shout out to Malta out there. The roadie watches our stuff and got me backstage, gave me a little tour, got a picture with the band, got to see the show. I caught a drumstick, but then I gave it to a kid in the pit.
Oh.
And kind of like
I mean, you're talking about a chicken drumstick.
well, I saw a kid. I saw he was like a 16-year-old kid with a Scorpion shirt, and he's like rocking out. And it's like, one time my dad caught a foul ball, didn't fucking give it to me, gave it to another kid. But
wow,
Aww.
fuck you, Dad.
because I already had one. He didn't
Okay.
feel like I
Okay.
needed another
Well,
one.
that's a
Let's-
different story
yeah.
then.
So he
Alright.
gave it to a
That's
kid.
fair,
I
that's
saw
fair.
my dad do that. I'm like, I should do it too. So I gave him the drumstick that I caught.
Fine. I'll allow it.
Yeah. It made the kid happy. But it was fucking awesome.
Safe.
So shout out to Malta. No, I still, at the time I was like, you still should have given it to me, Dad, but whatever. But I grew up and learned better. So
It was mine to give away, Father. Mine.
You have failed me, Father.
For the last time.
Oh yeah, we were talking
MauLer
about.
and I are doing it again.
So it breaks that. Here's all the fucking.
Miraculous.
Here's all the numbers. Valiant Renegade can break all this shit down for you. It bores the shit out of me. I just want to get to the part where they fucking lost money. It's like there's fucking pie charts and everything. It's like, you know what? All their fucking movies sucked. All their movies sucked. They should have lost money. Oh, you're going too far now.
Yeah, no.
That's why, you know,
I would say the best thing I've seen from Disney Star Wars is the second half of Rogue One.
It'd be Andor for me.
I haven't seen all.
I think those are the only two choices, by the way.
No,
Yeah,
I would say, like, you're asking what has Disney made that we enjoyed, like somewhat found some enjoyment in, right?
Or just what you personally believe. You don't necessarily have to enjoy it. What you personally believe is the best thing from Disney Star Wars. What is the best Disney Star Wars?
Having not finished Andor, in all fairness to Andor, because it bored the
It's Andor.
fucking shit out of me. No, it's not. I would say it's, and dude, it's tough for me because these aren't Rogue One or like the first episode of The Mandalorian season 1.
Not the season 2 finale.
Not the season 2 finale. I think actually the best episode of The Mandalorian by far is its first episode.
I agree with that, actually. The only one that may be able to compete is that random episode of Book of Boba Fett, episode 5, where he's like doing bounty hunter things. Remember that? It begins in like a meat packing plant or some shit, and he like kills a bunch of. I can't remember a lot of it, but I just remember I liked him completing a bounty and then going to get his rewards and interacting with a bunch of people.
Favorite scene doesn't have to be, because I can tell you right now, Werner Herzog explaining the Empire is my favorite thing in Disney Star Wars. Period. Is such a fucking. I'm like, this is what we wanted. This is exactly what we wanted. Like, give us if you like, it's Star Wars is a fairy tale. So if you really want to take on filling out this world, by the way, daunting task. But you have this thing called the EU that kind of did it pretty good. But Werner Herzog's fucking speech about the Empire and why it's needed is fucking brilliant. Love it. What's your favorite thing? Is it Darth Vader slicing up a bunch of people? I like that too for visuals. Logically, it makes no fucking sense, but
what do you mean it logically makes no fucking sense that he'd slice up a bunch of people?
No. Because he was using the force. Because he was using the force to grab everything. I would have just fucking squashed everybody up against that fucking thing and just then sliced them up.
I'll tell you mine. My favorite bit, my favorite scene is when the rebels are desperately trying to flee from the Empire at the end of Rogue One. Because that's when everything hits the fan and it actually feels real. When like ships were getting annihilated and other ships were getting, some ships were getting away and other ships were getting fucking disabled. And it actually felt like the Empire's fist had just come bang.
Well, I quite like the Death Star peering over the horizon, being like, "You're dead. It's over."
Yeah.
It's such a like, well, we're fucked. Like there it is.
And
remember
even the corridor scene with the guys running with the plans felt an energy there that actually felt a sense of
I think that
everything
made the movie, dude. Like if that scene's not in the movie, I think people look at it really differently.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I'm gonna tell you, Kara's favorite scene was when the guy punches Baby Yoda at the end of the first season.
It's pretty good. It
is pretty good.
Just fucking hits him in the bag.
Yeah.
That's Taika Waititi. By the way, that scout trooper was Taika Waititi.
No idea.
Oh, yeah, he wrote all that shit. The lol, they can't aim scene, right?
With the shooting and they couldn't hit the. Oh god, that was embarrassing. That scene.
How about the backpack scene in Boba Fett?
Oh,
Oh, I thought the Gamorrean guards walking off a cliff was fucking embarrassing.
If we're talking most embarrassing thing, it'd be your whole fucking day.
Well, how about I know. How about giant monster attacking on the beach and nobody like I could go.
Oh,
on. God.
Space whales.
When the kid was kidnapped by the fucking dragon thing,
Right? And then they take their sweet ass fucking time to go rescue him, and they're like, "We need to make a plan to get people, and then go out there first, and then come back, and then go back out there again." It's like, I know, it's so fucking retarded.
They're feeding it to the young.
Like by the time they get there, like the kids, like there's just bones. it's like one of the little birds is coughing up the bones.
Baby Yoda starts eating one of them, and they're all going,
"Oh, Baby Yoda, don't eat what's left of the kid." Oh, that Baby Yoda.
It's eaten young before.
Yeah,
Yes.
stuffing those eggs down its fucking throat.
Okay, so
Little
let's go down. Let's
bastard.
go scroll down to the bottom a little bit.
Considering it's clearly comprehending what's going on, it's an evil little fucker.
Let's go to the last paragraph. Because I want to be done with this. There we go.
As we like to send.
Wait, no, up.
The Mandalorian and the green fucker.
Right? Shit, Clown Wars.
It's always been fun.
Oh my God! Hey, the Acolyte is 2 months away, guys.
Oh, I need it now. Oh, MILF Manor, new series in 2 weeks.
Az is so happy.
We got something. We have something worse right around the corner that we're going to get to. That MauLer and I are just chomping at the bit. Can't wait to watch it. So ready. Star Wars movies are the jewel in Lucasfilm's crown. Not so much anymore.
You're gonna fucking jewel.
Not see much.
It's the corn in the turd.
It's the corn in the turd. It's the corn in the Lucasfilm. Might as well be Lucasfilm turd. And the lion's share of the revenue, which is the course of why Disney highlighted them in the timeline in its presentation, with several Star Wars movies in the pipeline. There have been several Star Wars movies in the pipeline for fucking 10 years. Disney still has a chance to get its money back through their box office profits. No, they don't.
No.
If you're an investor and you don't know anything about the art or like Star Wars films, no, they don't. They don't have a single fucking chance of making any of that money back. The only thing they have left to play, and they will fuck it up, is remaking the original trilogy, which they will fucking do. I promise you. The films have rediscovered the magic formula to appeal to...
we got a thunderstorm happening here, so if I get knocked out...
Good.
Then I get
that's
up
terrible.
again.
The films have redirected the magic... The films have rediscovered the magic formula to appeal to fans, but aren't there yet.
What?
A force to be reckoned with for the investors. I don't even know what they have not rediscovered shit.
Yeah.
The
films have rediscovered the magic formula to appeal to fans. No, they haven't.
No, they haven't.
Barely.
Not even. Caroline, have you ever seen one of them? I'm going to press X it out. I'm going to press X it out.
Caroline,
so cute.
I appreciate your investigation in this. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like toys make a lot of fucking money, and they did for The Force Awakens. They were making a lot of money off those action figures. They were, without a doubt. So it's hard to say.
Shit.
But even if they have broken even by this point, that's bad. That's incredibly bad. And Marvel, which was a money printing machine, that's even a bigger failure. That's even a bigger failure because that was a bigger franchise. Let's be real. While they don't have the classic films that the Star Wars franchise has, Marvel has more good films than the Star Wars franchise.
Do you want me to tell you something which won't shock you, but if you think about it, is shocking? Hot Toys have made a character of pretty much every main character in Ahsoka. Balin, Shrin, fucking Ahsoka, stupid Ren, what was she called? I can't remember. fucking Sabine, Flick My Sabine.
So they made
Thrawn, Thrawn's lieutenant, Thrawn's
is it
stormtroopers,
pear-shaped Thrawn?
Oh yeah. He's got it's Thrawn sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts. Gary.
Yeah.
This is not a very difficult question for you to answer. How many hot toys were made of the Marvels?
Of the Marvels. Oh, not Captain
From the
Marvel.
Marvels movie.
Oh,
How many hot toys?
None.
The answer is
one?
none.
None. Okay. I would be utterly shocked. Because
not one.
Because the one hot toys that's always available from Marvel, if you want to go look, is Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is shocking, I will say.
Shocking.
Shocked, I tell you, shocked.
Oh, hey, Doctor Who's doing so good that the company that made their 1/6 scale went out of business and ripped off everybody who fucking pre-ordered from them. Tens of thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Probably hundreds of thousands
Not
of
a
dollars.
word from Mr. Soapbox Russell T. Davies about, who's like out there for the people. Not a word. Not a word.
Thunderstorm's getting spicy over
That's
here.
good. That's good. We're getting one tomorrow.
Do you know what is thriving? These boys.
Oh, a franchise that's not even out right now. And that's
Yeah,
why it's
franchise.
thriving. That's exactly why it's thriving. You know what? Disney would have been better off just making Star Wars toys and not making any movies. You know what? Amazon, just make fucking Lord of the Rings toys, or Warner Brothers, whoever's got the licensing. Just make Lord of the Rings toys. Don't make any fucking movies. Don't do anything.
Oh, dude. Lego are releasing a tower.
Oh, no. Don't tell me.
Go on, finish. Tower. Go on.
No, you go.
No, go on.
Who will finish first?
Of Babel?
I'll think. I'll think.
They're releasing a Lego Tower of Babel, yeah.
Tower of Babel.
Does
it come with like
Sauron's tower?
God? It's like
Babel. Tower of Babel. Baron Dur. Is it Baron Dur?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Woof.
That's
Baron
like-
Dur. Yeah.
That's like I love Han Skywalker.
Played by
Baron
Mark.
Dur.
Played by Baron Dur.
Wait, I thought you were finishing it for me, MauLer. I didn't. You're just going to stop at fucking Tower of Babel.
Dude.
Yeah, Baron Dur. They're gonna
Han
release that,
Skywalker, played by
Baron Dur.
Mark Hamilton.
Mark Hamilton, Solo Fisher, whatever it was.
Fucking half the chat won't believe you've seen Lord of the Rings at this point.
I haven't. I mean,
what?
So when are they coming out with this? Because another Lego box that I'll buy and never fucking put it together.
I thought Extra Kid was going to build it for you. Yeah.
Yeah, when she comes over.
I might be toting a Carolyn
Very
with me.
It's coming out this year.
Oh, good. So she can work on Rivendell. And then you can work on Hogwarts, X-Ray Girl, and then
yes.
The Tower.
You've already built
Tower
it.
of Babel.
I know, but I would totally build one.
The biblical Tower of Babel.
Yes, it has a bunch of Lego guys who can speak the same language, and then it's destroyed, and then they speak different languages.
They're like, fuck.
The Tower of Baron Harkonnen.
The first guy falls down and says, "Pinche cabron."
The Tower of Baron von Higginbottom. It's going to be big, by the way. It's going to be big.
Tower of Schlippo big?
I bet. Well, is it bigger than
definitely
the Avengers Tower one? Is pretty cool. Is it?
Oh, it's going to be probably bigger than that.
It has to be.
Ooh,
I have the event
Size queen.
upstairs.
the bigger the better. And when it comes to Lego, it means more pieces.
You were very quick to add to that. Bigger is better, then. Bigger
really
is better.
were.
When it comes to Lego.
Wait, Az, have you played Stellar Blade's demo yet?
No, I'm going to.
Is
Stellar
wrong with you?
stellar
Beat you
boobs.
up.
Huh?
Stellar
Beat you up.
booty.
I'm going
Stellar
to. I'm going
booty.
to. I'm going to. I've got it.
You
I've
have
got it
to wear the
installed. It's
skin
installed.
All the
suit.
time. He's a liar. You can't trust him.
No, he's waiting for the right time. He needs to be alone.
All I need to know is
Oh my god.
little box
Sorry,
of
be right back.
tissues.
when I
Sorry,
build my tower
computer.
battle. Yeah, I gotta get my lotions. Got to arrive in the post.
Maybe some nice soft music playing in the background.
Oh my
Some
god.
candles.
Lighting. Yeah,
That's so good.
scented candles.
Mood lighting.
Rose petals just in the leading up to my chair.
A little self-care.
Yeah.
He's been through a lot, okay?
Dude, that visual I'm not gonna be able to get out of my head. Like your controller's on the couch, there's little rose petals
yeah.
leading up.
Can you please make me like a Instagram reel for that?
Yeah.
It's time.
It's time.
Gets himself fully
Just gonna
set
have a
up.
nightgown on. Just a nightgown on. Done up.
All ready to go.
Right,
The
I'm ready to
controller-
play. I'm ready to play Stellar Blade, everybody.
Controller rumbles and slips off the chair. And you're like, no.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh my god.
I have got. No, not gonna say.
Rebel Moon's coming out.
MauLer.
MauLer.
Mm.
Boo.
This
I was gonna say,
Saturday.
Booby Woman has been. The demo's been played more than Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Wait, is that an actual statistic or a meme?
That's a statistic.
Oh shit.
Really?
Where
Yeah.
is? Oh, I'm not surprised. A lot of people.
I'm a
are.
little bit surprised.
Are you though? I mean, did you see
little
that
bit.
badonkadonk? Come on.
Little-
Dude, this is the
that's
sorry. This is the
fair.
weirdest thing. It is absolutely pouring down.
Oh my god.
Because of the thunderstorm. But
Why are you doing
right
the soy
outside my
pose?
window, nothing. It's not dropping that. It's literally dropping halfway in the street.
You're doing the soy pose. Stop.
Yeah. Stop it.
We can't even see anything interesting. You're pointing to.
I can move my camera.
Breaking news, it's raining in northern England, everybody.
Listen, Gary, not much happens in not much happens in Britain, okay?
But it's hard. It's slightly harder than normal.
Also, let's
That's
be
what
honest,
she
if
said.
that were the news every day, the world would be better. Like, if it was just, it's raining again, folks. Yeah.
Raining again. Boom. Hallelujah. It's north of England. Boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
That was crazy.
Rebel Moon, MauLer.
Boom, boom.
I mean, it's coming out this Friday.
Oof.
I'm excited because this might be the one where we get characters. That would be cool. We're going to see war. We're going to see science fiction. We're going to see slow-mo.
Will our character
Schlurpo.
will our characters that we know nothing about will any of them die, lay their lives down for grain? For
Will any
grain.
of you care?
Let's have a look at the cast here. Should we do a bet? Who do you think is most likely to kick the bucket?
Or everyone,
Oh.
hopefully.
Probably a dude. So it'll have to be a man for sure. I don't know. Is there any white man left? Oh yeah, there's Dario Naharis 2 is still around. So he might die.
Oh yeah, he could die. Yeah,
Well,
it won't be main girl. He's got like 10 movies planned for her. It's gonna be
Oh, God.
Well, he talked about a sequel today, MauLer.
fuck off.
I'm
No
not
one gives
kidding.
a shit.
So it's a 2-part movie series that has director's cuts that are completely different movies that take place in an alternate reality, and then there's going to be a sequel.
Who cares?
Do you think Zack Snyder like jerks off in the mirror? I think he does.
Yes. In
Only
slow-mo.
if his, only
In
if his
slow-mo.
wife lets him. Only if his wife lets him.
Doing this.
Zack Snyder orgasm.
Jeez.
I'm looking at the IMDb. I'm like, oh, these fucking names: Darian Bloodaxe. Like,
So
Well, this one's called The Scar Giver. The
Oh,
Scar Giver. She will cut you and then not give you a
then you'll
band-aid and
heal.
you'll heal and then you'll come back.
you will not have alcohol to place on the wound.
oh god, and I forgot her name was Nemesis. That was the
Oh,
lady with
that's
the
right.
lightsaber's name.
X-Ray Girl.
Jeez,
It was X-Ray Girl.
Is there a character
Me?
called On
Yeah.
the Nose?
No, but you have Atticus
homie?
Noble. Do you think Atticus Noble will be defeated again?
Atticus Finch. I loved him in To Kill a Mockingbird.
I think he will be defeated again twice, MauLer. I'm going to predict twice.
Ooh, two
And then-
defeats in one movie? Yes.
Director's cut 3 times.
Oh, that would be so. How many lines do you think Anthony Hopkins will get?
Well, he goes into battle. Like we saw it in the trailer. He's like, well, it's time to fight now that all this fighting's happened. And
there's a character called Reaper.
we need to fight because Grain.
Oh, they're just Reapers from
look,
from
Her
Firefly.
name is Villager. That's cool.
Villager.
Priest number 11.
There's a lot of priests.
A lot of priests.
There's
My
a
name is
Reaper.
Priest 11.
Who are you? I'm priest number 11.
Well, of course, a woman is priest number 2.
Yeah.
Oh, it's priestess though. Fucking bigots. They should have just said priest. Yeah, look at this Streep. Sergeant Loader.
I'll loader.
Oh my god.
Sergeant Loader. Oh,
The name's
God.
Loader.
Yes,
Sergeant
Nemesis. Titus.
Oh, he's got Jenna Malone in it.
I like Jenna. Well, she was killed.
We got all kinds of people. It's great.
That was the only creature I liked was the Jenna Malone Spider Woman. I thought
God,
that was
that
cool.
fight was so bad.
It was fucking bad.
And nobody cared to help the child.
No. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody helped her. They were just like, we got to let this happen. Okay, this is how things go here. Let's just let it happen.
Well, it was just Daria Naharis that was like, I'll help because it's a child in need.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. It's amazing because we're at a point. It's like, are you excited to see the Empire attack a small settlement that farms grain?
No.
It's like, not really.
Huge
Whoa.
space battle with the plight of humanity under threat. Yes, please. People saving a fucking barn of grain. Now,
The discussion on this film has been so insane too, because like the people who are desperate to make it more than it is, right? So loads of people's criticism, if you watch video breakdowns of it, are like, why the fuck would an enormous galactic empire be so invested in this tiny settlement source of grain that would probably feed less than 0.1% of their entire forces? And the response to that is, yes, because no army has any logistical issues with supplies.
Right. Whoever says that, can you immediately find out where they live and then send Deadpool to their house to finish them off?
Deadpool's not real, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to reveal it, but you know,
It's probably the same people who like Civil War, so I don't know.
it's so incredibly stupid from the off, Rebel Moon's whole plot. Like, but the thing is, it keeps rewarding you for paying more and more attention. Like I know we would have talked about it when it came out, but you remember the Squid Planet with the as they say, it's like thoroughly plentiful in resources,
Rich in resources. Yes.
They nuke it.
Let's blow it up.
That makes sense.
But we gotta get the grain from.
We gotta get the grain.
Maybe that's why they gotta get the grain, because they blew up a fucking planet of plentiful resources.
Yeah, well, that was afterwards, though.
If we weren't so stupid to blow up this planet, we wouldn't need this goddamn fucking barrel of grain in this barn. What are you gonna make with it? I'm thinking about, some production, some beer.
You may have lacked interest, but once you found out it shared a universe with Army of the Dead, that's when you wanted to see it, right?
Oh no.
Oh.
That's when I wanted to kill myself.
Hey, day before that, though, Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Yay!
Comes out. So
When's
there's
that?
a good.
When's that?
That's the. Oh no, it's the 9th. Yeah, it's the 19th. So it comes out on here in America.
Oh, I'll go see when it's coming out.
Thursday. I'm going to see it Thursday. So yeah, there's good stuff. I think there's something else that's coming out too. I can't remember. Doesn't matter. So yeah, Rebel Moon. Shogun, I think, is ending. Shogun's good.
What? Oh, you mean just the series, though?
The series, yeah.
Not the...
I didn't watch last week's episode, and I think this week's episode comes out... Help me.
Oh,
God, is it today? I think it's today. Today or tomorrow.
Dude, Ungentleman, I don't know when that's coming out in the UK. What's it called? What's its full fucking title?
The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Why would they? Oh, why would they do
That's
you
so
like that?
racist that they don't release it out there.
It comes out. It does say Friday the 9th. Wait, hold on. It does say Friday the 19th, but my local cinema is not showing it.
Ooh.
What?
I can't wait for that movie. It looks good. Looks good.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, we'll be talking about that on Friday Night Tights, of course. Who's coming on this Friday?
Danica.
Comic Girl 19. That's awesome. Yeah. All right. All righty. Let's get to Super Chats. Again. Okay, wait.
That
before
is
we
the quickest Rebel Moon discussion in the history.
It's not out yet.
It's not out. I have a video you can watch of my thoughts. Sorry, Superman.
We did a trailer breakdown as it was like an hour long. Okay?
We did. Yeah.
But it was so bad.
Yeah. Please refer to the real BBC where we EFAP the fuck out of that trailer, and
we did.
That was great.
And then which was the trailer that we just literally smashed through in 2 minutes?
It was Acolyte, I think, wasn't it?
Okay, yes.
All right, so we got the go ahead before we get into Super Chats. Something a little serious. And I am being serious.
Ooh.
Our friend Chris Gore.
Yes.
You know, he was out there in Vegas with us. Did the Film Threat meetup. It was great. Had to go to the hospital. Had to go to the hospital the next day. I was with them at the CinemaCon with Alan, and he wasn't feeling good. So I'm going to read his statement that he sent to us. And yeah, he went to the hospital for a couple of days. He is not going to make any live streams for at least a couple of weeks while he rehabilitates. It was very serious. Very serious. I think and he could explain this better when he gets out there, but he had a stroke while we were out there. So that I was worried about him all week. We didn't want to say anything. We wanted to respect Chris's wishes, but that's Chris. He's doing better now. Okay, he's on the mend. He's with family. People are taking care of him. Everybody's checking in on him. Everybody loves him. Show your love to Chris. But like, yeah, it was a pretty fucking scary thing we were dealing with over the week. But like once we found out he was all right, we felt better. He got home safe. That was the most important thing. Mm-hmm. So here's Chris has given us something we can read. They said never go full retard. But right now I sound like a retarded Forrest Gump. By the way, one of the signs we knew something was wrong was Chris was saying, like, I don't feel good. Like, my hand was shaking, and he cut himself shaving. And dude's been hungover before, okay? And we just thought, you're hungover. You know, he's like, no, this is different. And then he's like, I'm slurring my speech. And then as the day was going on at CinemaCon, I noticed and Alan noticed his speech was slurring, like, pretty bad. And as the day went on, we started getting more concerned to the point where we had a chat with him, Alan and I, and we were like, yeah, you should go to the emergency room, probably, like right now. And I'm glad they did, because they went to urgent care, right? And Chris can correct the story, but I think they took his blood pressure and it was really high, so they sent him to the ER. And then he stayed in the hospital for a couple days. So back to this. They say never go full retard, but right now I sound like a retarded Forrest Gump. Last week in Vegas, after the Film Threat party, I suffered a minor stroke. Doctors say that I'll likely make a full recovery in a few weeks. But right now, I feel like Simple Jack. And to make matters worse, Alan and I were robbed and lost all of our money and merch on the trip. Yeah, the car got broken into. Yeah, shit like that happens sometimes. So, yeah, their car was broken into. Everything was fucking stolen. Everything. I'll spend the next few weeks getting better as I go through physical therapy. I know it'll be a difficult road to recovery, but I promise that you will get no hospital selfies or GoFundMe campaigns from me. When bad things happen in life, I like to deal with it on my own. I've always believed that which does not kill you only makes you stronger. On the bright side, as
Well,
horrible...
unless you get both your arms blown off.
Well, then your legs will be stronger.
Wait, yeah, but what are you going to do? If somebody goes, hey, pick that up for us.
You get robot arms.
You get robot arms. Yeah. On the bright side, as horrible as my speech is now, I can perfectly enunciate Kathleen Kennedy is a cunt. Which is more than I can say when Gary tries to say horror.
Hey.
Fuck you, Vegas. Chris, Frank, Gore. Chris, we love you.
Love you, Chris.
We fucking love you. Yeah, that was, whoa, dude. I was stressed out, man.
Yes, awful news, but hopefully he comes back with a vengeance.
Yeah. And I want to have a good Vegas story with Chris in the future, you know, to rewrite this. Hopefully.
Yeah, but he will be okay. And as far as the shows in the future, well, I mean, you know, it's really early on in the process, and we got to see how his recovery goes. But I have definitely volunteered, and many others, to fill in at Film Threat if they want us to do that for the streams. We're there for him. Just want to let him know we're there. We're there for you, buddy. We're there. And I might be super gay and go out and visit him, so, which he'll hate, but I don't give a shit.
It's the good kind of gay.
Yeah, it's a good kind of gay. So
80s gay.
Any positive vibes, any prayer for our good friend Chris Gore would be greatly appreciated. I would appreciate it. And show him some love.
Yeah.
Show him some love, because I know he'll just love it to death. Oh, I did call him a gamer word once I found out he was okay. So,
Well, I'm putting insults into X-Ray Girl's latest stream with Mr. Porkchop.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
It is the gayest thumbnail I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, yeah, it is pretty
That is. Yeah, I saw that too. I'm like, bro, I would disassociate from Mr. Porkchop like right away.
Yeah,
especially with a name,
yeah.
especially with a name with Mr. Porkchop. It's like, bro, I don't know.
You made the thumbnail too, because I was like, I was too exhausted to make one. I'm like, oh, it's whatever. I like it. It's fine.
I'm telling my sister to dump him tomorrow.
You know what's funny is, like, when we hung out with him at Clarkson's Farm and stuff, he's so fucking British. The dude is like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know if I was tagging along.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it already.
I'm so sorry. I didn't want to, I was tagging along. I didn't want to be an inconvenience or anything like that. And it's like, shut the fuck up.
This is my house last week or the week before when he was here. I was like, right, we need to move those statues. Ooh, I don't really want to.
I might break that, and I don't want to be responsible. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
And then Gary's just busting his balls. He's like, why didn't you come say hi to me?
I'm like, you didn't fucking come say hi to me at all, dude. What? Do I stink? 'Cause I'm so sorry. I didn't want to bother you. It's like, It's like, how do you know Az? How does Az put up with this shit? I love you. It was great. Hanging out.
That's exactly what you said when you met him.
Yeah, well, no, before I met him, I was on my way to see him for the first time because I was on the way to my mum's, and my sister was we were on the bus, and my sister was speaking to him, and I said, "Oh, put him on the phone. Put him on the phone." She goes, okay, do you want to say hello? I was like, yeah. So she gives the phone to me, and go, so you the one who's banging my fucking sister? And then he was just like,
hell yeah. Hell yeah. You gotta be ready for that stuff. When Melissa's dad said, what are your intentions with my daughter? I'm all nothing good.
Yeah.
Stare him right in the face. You gotta be ready for that shit. Bring it on, chest. Pops.
Face, face, neck, and chest.
That's right. You guys ready for soups?
Yeah.
Hail, Mr. Porkchop.
Sure.
We love it. It was great hanging out with him. Clarkson's Farm, hanging out at Clarkson's Farm was fucking awesome. I can't wait to do it again.
It was so good.
By the way, just some It's shilling. I don't care because I love the show. Clarkson's Farm's like my favorite thing. It's my happy place. It's my favorite thing on earth. It will be free on Amazon Prime starting today, season 2. So you don't even have to subscribe to Amazon Prime to watch it in preparation for season 3, which comes out in 2 weeks.
Well.
I will be doing a watch party for Rebel Moon Part 2 for the members and for Clarkson's Farm. So hopefully I can get some people to come with. Az got to watch the rest of it. You would,
yes, I do.
Dude, you would love it.
It was great. It was great, the first episode. I loved it.
It's a great show. It is a great show. You hear about they're continuing the Grand Tour with new hosts? Bad idea.
No.
Bad idea.
People on it, right? People on it. It's the same with Top Gear. The boys made Top Gear what it is.
Yep.
Made it into a phenom of a show.
Biggest show in the world at one time. Biggest show in the world. Yep.
Biggest export out of the UK was Top fucking Gear. Bigger than Doctor Who by a country mile. Because every country loves Top Gear, loved the boys. As soon as they went, fell off a cliff. And now look where it is. Cancelled. Cancelled as a show. Nobody's interested in the name, the brand, the Grand Tour, Top Gear. They're interested in the boys.
I'd be very curious to see if they had actually made a full season of getting drunk and building Lego, how many viewers they'd pull in, because
I'd watch it.
I'd watch it.
I'd watch the shit out of that.
I think they'll still do something together. If they did like something like that, or just a travel show where they're not, risking their lives in cars or something like that, that'd be fucking hilarious.
The best Top Gears were always the specials. Were always the races. We're racing from, can we beat Clarkson? Can Hammond and May beat Clarkson back? Those were always by far the most fun Top Gears. Then when the Grand Tour specials came along, they're
always supposed to get like a specific type of car, and then one asshole always gets the wrong kind of car or like cheats, or it's great. I love the one where they're in the boats too. That was so fucking good. Where they're going to Cambodia. That was great.
Oh yeah. Remember we were talking about it in somebody chatting. You do know that it's not real.
It's like, wait a minute. Then they're going to tell me wrestling's fake. Don't fucking do it.
I always love those posts where it's like, if wrestling's fake, explain this.
Star Wars isn't a documentary? What?
Shit Wars? Space Shit Wars.
Space Shit Wars.
The clip I always see, I think it might be Jeremy who posts it, but it's the guy who puts on like a snake puppet and then gets
you did, Jeremy post that.
Explain this.
That's so good.
That's what's he called? Martino. No, I was going to say Martino Simone. Then I can't remember what his name was. He was funny.
Not a true fan.
No, fake wrestling fan.
Let's do these soups. My video releases in less than an hour.
Let's go.
Mikey Gusler for $20. Thank you, Mikey. Says, Gary, would you guys come over to the Cincinnati Comic-Con on October 18th to 20th? The Faramir actor is will be there, which is rare for him to appear at cons. Also, Aerosmith is playing the 17th. Could see them and visit the con too. I think something's happening. LA Comic-Con's happening at the end of October. So maybe next year, Mikey. Maybe next year. But LA Comic-Con moved from early December to end of October. So we're doing that instead. Sorry, buddy. I'd think about it, though. Tomok for $20 says, it is not player choice when the company making the game is also controlling the game economy.
True.
That's true. Yeah, there's no fucking choice there. Fear the Tardo for $20 says, happy birthday, sex pay girl, Eric Gay, and Gina Crunchy Taco.
All right.
I've been waiting for you to say that. Love you, Gina Carano.
Gina Crunchy. See, the Brits might not get all of that reference. I don't know. They say taco.
We know what a fucking crunchy taco is, Gary.
Okay, and a fish taco. Okay.
Definitely not what a fish taco is.
I guess
Oh.
happy birthday, sex pay girl, Eric Gay and Gina Crunchy Taco. Here are too many more. Tardo, love you all. Lock it in.
Volcano
Yay!
Crunchy Taco. That's my favorite name so far.
It is. It is.
Sorry, there's
Samuel
only 2 super chats for fuck's sake.
And boobs.
Samuel Eriton for $49.99. Fallout, and it quotes, "Communist is just a dirty word they use to describe sane people." Is a line that is said in the show?
Apparently so, yes.
Whoa.
But I need to see who says it, because if it's a villain saying it, or
Yeah, it depends on the context, but based on just what I know, it's rich when a show brought to you by Amazon, the $1 trillion company, wants to get into talk of communism, and just shut the fuck up. Says the woman who fails to explain how Vault Tech runs a command economy with the government controlling everything and uses the fictitious power source to justify real communism. Oh boy. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign for me. Sorry.
No, this is not sounding. This is not.
Not sounding like Lord Baratheon for $49.99. Do you guys know if X-Men 97 will get a second season? The show has been decent so far. Yes, apparently it's already partially written. If not, because Bo DeMeo had ideas and they were already written. So I think it will. I haven't caught the last 2 episodes, but it's not terrible. No, it's not. It is not terrible.
Would you recommend?
I would wait to watch the rest. They have compacted a lot of comic stuff in like very short, like Cliff Notes versions of the comic events that have gone through. But for the most part, I really love what they've done with Cyclops, dude. Fucking love Cyclops. Would I recommend you watch it? I would not. I repeat, I would not recommend you sign up for Hulu or Disney Plus at all. But if you want to watch it, I wouldn't subscribe to those services to watch it, because like everything else is utter shit. And it's a damn shame that Daredevil's like the only place you can see is on Disney Plus, but it's not, because they have Blu-rays. You can buy those. Christopher Miller for $20. What's up, Christopher Miller? Father Christopher Miller. BlackRock is also trying to DEI war. Unless this is a different. Why doesn't it say father? Is that our father, Christopher Miller, or is it a different Christopher Miller? I don't want to assume, but here we go. BlackRock is also trying to DEI Warhammer as well. Games Workshop's Twitter site is imploding. They're blocking people that are questioning the retcon insert, and they're getting called out on it. I saw some stuff on Twitter about this. Don't know the reference. Are they making Warhammer woke?
Right, yeah. They've totally lied. And they've now making female custodies, which is not law. It's never been law. And then Warhammer, literally, the main account is saying, women have always been custodies. Actually.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And they haven't. And then White Dwarf, the magazine that does the Warhammer stuff, featured a trans painted army.
What? They painted them trans?
Yeah, so the space.
So it's all. Did they get the figures out and put them all in pastels?
But it's great because the space Nazis, fascists, are trans.
I mean, technically, trans are all painted people. So I mean, it's just a little bit different layer of paint.
And then somebody who had a trans flag called Grums, Paul Kern, a tourist. And
what, Grums?
Yeah, they call Grums a tourist.
A tourist.
Yeah, his guy's been painting Warhammer for 20 years, but whatever. And then Adam quickly responded by saying, somebody with a trans flag calling another person a tourist is fucking rich.
It is.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying what was written.
Yeah.
I'm just saying what was written.
What's up?
At least he
Adam?
didn't say that on YouTube.
I'm just literally telling you what tweets were sent and said.
You know, on Forbidden Frontier, we had Ben from Suspicious Observers. Great guy, fucking hilarious. He's hardcore. I love him. He had no idea of the lore, right? So he's on the show, and Adam's down there. He's like, yeah, and I really like Tim Pool. It was a really good experience there. And Adam's just like,
Oh no, I missed that.
oh my God. I was trying. I'm like, the guest doesn't know. He doesn't know all the fucking lore behind it. And Jesus Christ, that was funny though. I was dying. I was trying not to laugh while the guy's being all serious. I'm like, oh shit. That's so funny. Disco Stew for 50. I'm writing a new comic about a skinny guy who turns into calorie positive superhero. So far, all I have is an origin story about a fat dude who gets bitten by a radioactive fat dude.
I bit who?
It says not as. It specifically says not as. I'd say run with that. That is fucking hilarious. That is good. I was bitten by a radioactive fat dude. Oh, the Paladin. Paladin? Did I just say Paladin?
Bondur. What the fuck did you say earlier, Ed? Tower.
Tower Babel. Tower Babel.
I said Baron Doer.
Baron Doer.
Did I say Baron Doer?
Yeah.
Banadur.
Pedadra.
I'm not under pressure anymore to say it. I can think straight.
It's all good.
Tower of Sauron. I don't know.
Banadur.
I was trying to what the fuck are you talking about? The tower. Oh, my Fallout. So foe is Fallout. Everybody, I'm gonna have to learn that in chat abbreviation.
Wow.
Review episode 1. Abysmal. Ghoul is great. Lucy grows into an actual good character. Maximus is crap. They retcon the timeline. So NCR is destroyed 5 years before New Vegas. So the originals and New Vegas's lore are crapped on. That's not.
I said, I think that's because of Obsidian. I think that's got a lot to do with Obsidian. That's why.
There you go.
Well,
what I saw, I didn't think was abysmal, but that's me. It could certainly get abysmal, and I've only watched 2/3 of an episode though, so I could be somewhat informed.
I'm looking forward to the commie shit.
I can't wait, because I do think it's important that if we are going to break stuff down, that we actually watch it. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. An internet loser for $99.99.
Wow.
I got the first 3. I got to episode 3 of Fallout, and I do not think I want to keep watching. Tortured logic abounds in the Brotherhood storyline. So many power armor does not work that way moments. I wanted to get to the point where they erased New Vegas 1 and 2, but I can't keep watching. There you go.
all right.
It's divided.
Like I said, this thing has been chaotic in terms of what people think. I think as well because you got people from loads of different perspectives coming at it as well. Like, they've got that meme going on from Civil War. It's like, I'm a fan of Fallout. It's like, what kind of fan are you?
Kind of fan are you?
That's going to be a meme, isn't it? That is definitely going to be a meme.
That's the only thing the Civil War movie is good for, is creating that meme.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Kelsey has dropped $19.99 and walks away because that's what Josh does. Hail Josh Kelsey.
Cheers.
The Bob that God made mad. It made sense in my head. For $19.99, love MauLer, but some of his criticisms of people's behavior in episode 1 do have explanations later on. Also, the lore complaints seem to be people reading into something that isn't explicitly said regarding dates of events. So there you go. Watch the show.
Like I said, a lot of the things I'm talking about, there may be a context to explain them. I can't rule it out, but I'm talking about people who have explicit goals in the episode and they're achieving them very retardedly. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see. But I definitely think it would have been a better idea to just focus on the vault. I think that
for
probably
episode one,
yeah.
Episode one should have just been the vault only with Lucy leaving at the end to see what the world was like, and then the start of episode 2 starts with the Brotherhood.
Yeah, I liked Lucy. I mean, I would have kept in that the little, obviously the ghoul's origin. I don't know what his name is in the fucking show, but he's like some cowboy at a birthday party right before what was it? Los Angeles blows up.
Isn't he an actor who's doing birthday gigs?
Yeah, he's a former actor doing birthday gigs. I'm not really sure, but it's kind of
like that.
It's kind of beneath him, but he's there with his daughter.
Yeah, he's a celebrity. Yeah.
And they ask him to do a thumbs up for a picture. He's like, I can't do that right now because the news is in the background saying, hey, we're headed towards nuclear war. It could happen any day now. And I like that. I did like that. Then I would have probably stayed in the vault because to me,
how did the news not know that nuclear missiles were going to detonate within seconds? Because if Russia was to fire a missile to America right now,
it's minutes.
It's minutes.
Yes. So they maybe would have time to go.
And those missiles would have come from China, so there would be minutes.
Well, I mean, there's Russian silos right near the Bering Strait, right? So that would get there pretty fucking quick.
But its radar was still picking up.
Yes,
there may have been alerts to some people, but they were just in what were they watching? Like the football game or something?
News. I think they're watching the news.
They're watching the news, and then they went to a kid show or something like that because they're like, we don't want to watch the news. It's a party. We're having a good time.
Oh, by the way, the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Conduct, whatever, doesn't come out in the UK to the 24th of April.
What?
Oh. Why?
Damn.
America first, baby. Even though it's like it's a complete British movie. What the fuck?
Yeah, British director, British main
cast,
actor,
British story.
Doesn't come out in Britain, until after
24th. As we'll see what
we
we can work out for you. Okay, we'll see what we can.
I can take some time off FNT. It's fine.
No. We'll shut the fuck up. You just took a month off, dude. Fuck's sake. Sparta Chris for $20. Have you seen the YouTuber abandoned films trailers? He uses AI. Okay, he used the AIs to make mock trailers like Star Wars from the 50s, Hobbit from the 50s. Yeah, I've seen all those. They're pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I think I've seen some of them, yeah.
Yeah. It's AI. Some of it's still got the AI stuff where somebody turns their head and it's like it goes.
Yeah.
Well, basically, if anybody's ever done mescaline, that's kind of what it looks like when somebody turns their head. So there's a little bit of that going on. If you haven't, then you don't know what I'm talking about. Furio. Oh yeah, Furiosa's coming out.
Oh yeah,
I'm watching that.
Yeah, they were really previewing that hard at CinemaCon. Fucking CinemaCon, dude. It's also
self-fellatio con.
Yeah. Furio. What is it? Gabagool.
Gabagool
for $19.99 says, do you believe the uglification of women in games started with Miranda Lawson in Mass Effect 2, or was it just the limitations of the face scanning technology at the time? Well, obviously, I think it was the limitations of the face scanning technology.
Every fucking body wants to bang fucking Miranda for Mass Effect 2. Everybody. Holy shit. No. It did definitely not start there. Was it Yvonne Sadowski? Yvonne, what's she called?
Stratowski
or something?
In something I know a little bit about, let's look at Marvel movies. Iron Man 2 Black Widow compared to Endgame Black Widow. So it happened somewhere in between there. When you're trying to tone down Scarlett Johansson's tits, no world should that be okay. No reality.
Legal.
It's a hate crime. It's a straight on a hate crime.
It's a tick crime, which is actually worse than a hate crime.
Crime against memories.
I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
A for effort there, buddy. Bishop Brown for $20. Gary, when I first started listening to your show, I kept hearing you with Asian accent refer to excellent girl before I realized that you were really saying X-ray girl. Description still applies. Happy birthday, X-ray girl. Aw, you simp. Thanks for the $20. Thanks for the $20. Hi, Gary.
Crime against huge memories.
There you go.
Got there in
It's a little late, but like use it in another show.
Yeah.
Just reuse the joke. It's all good. Hi, Gary, MauLer, and Az. It's good to see you guys. By the way, hot take. I hated Connor and Angel, but Fred was my favorite. That's not.
Everyone hated Connor.
No, everyone hated Connor.
Everybody hates Connor.
He's the worst.
But Fred was my favorite. I like Fred. Fred had a.
Everyone likes Fred typically.
Yeah, because she's the lovable nerd, and we're geeks. We're geeks watching. That's why we gravitate towards Willow as well.
None of that's a hot take. That's all normal.
Yeah.
Very sad what happened to her. This stream is the only joy I get in life, like Boogie. I'm sorry, TG Monster, for $10.
The only joy.
whenever you hear only joy in life, trust me, it's a joke. They're just referencing Boogie. That's all.
Yeah.
What's Boogie's only joy in life?
Everything.
That's the joke. Is he says that about almost everything.
He says that in his documentary, and he literally refers to every
okay.
single thing.
My
Gaming
only joy.
is the only joy I have in my life. Food is the only joy I have in my life. This beautiful house I have is the only joy I have in my life. This girlfriend is the only joy I have in my life.
Video games, fucking Mountain Dew, like it's the only joy.
Yeah. Arcade.
Gotcha.
Fucking playing Magic, eating food.
I feel informed.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Dude, you got to watch that documentary. It'll blow your fucking mind.
No, watch the EFAB coverage of it.
I'm going to watch
That
that.
was
I
good.
watched
It was
some of
pretty
that. I did watch some of that. It was sad, dude. It's fucking sad.
No shit.
Zach Winters for $19.99. As I hope you have the based and correct opinion about false slop. The character writing is atrocious. Plots crumble the more you learn about them. The one good part of the show gets shit on. The character assassinated a dog. Really?
I will say, I've
do you
seen
do
equal
that?
amount of people in the chat say it gets better as it goes. Some people say it gets worse as it goes.
Okay, we'll find out. I'll find out
Well,
tonight.
I did see that when they gave the ghoul when they gave the squire Maximus the wanted, and it had the guy, and it also had the doggo from Fallout 4. And I'm just like, why would you have the doggo as wanted? Doggo, good doggo. Oh no!
I just saw Perry's thumbnail for fucking my video. Jesus Christ!
Aw,
Did you see it?
not yet.
No, obviously not.
Oh, I'm gonna
There's
get so
great
much
memories
shit.
on that.
I'm gonna
thumbnail,
get
is all
so
I'm gonna
much
say.
shit for this. It's not like that. It's just that there's a certain person in the thumbnail that has nothing to do with the movie.
Is this Sydney Sweeney?
Yes.
Yes,
always
by any
Sydney
chance.
Sweeney.
Sydney's tits by any chance.
Oh fuck! I love Perry. He's great. Let's go. Oh my god! I don't care if nobody watches this video. It's some of their best work. It's so fucking funny. Oh wait, I gotta go back over here. Basil 578 for $20 says, Gary, it was nice to see you and the FNT crew in Vegas. Nice to see you too. You are all awesome. I was wondering about Chris during the meetup, as I had a copy of Attack of the Show for him to sign. Alan signed it twice, so Warhammer equals Queerhammer. Yeah. Yeah, Chris was supposed to be at both the meetups, and it was very early on. We didn't know what was going on. All I heard was stroke. So I'm freaking out because we were talking to Jeremy Johns, great guy, by the way. Got to meet him. Really fucking cool. Really nice. You know what? He's exactly how he is in his fucking videos in real life. That's how he talks. It's kind of cool. I like it.
Really quick.
Really quick. Yeah, the conversation, 7 minutes, and it was out. No, we actually talked for like a half hour. But they were bringing up that, Schnepp, right? So that made me extra worried. But, we got messages, and I just didn't want to say anything because it's on Chris.
It's up to him to
It's up to him to
talk about
say stuff and of a personal nature like that. Big health scare. But he's okay. He's on the mend, and he can say Kathleen Kennedy is a cunt. And I would just keep saying that. I think that's good rehabilitation. Judicon for $5 says, Hail, Gary, X-Ray Girl, Vegas FNT, and Film Threat meetups were awesome. See you at the next one. Hail, Az and MauLer.
Hail Schlippo.
When's the next?
Schlipper.
Oh, Gary, you missed the adventures of
Schlippo T-shirts coming soon.
Gary, you missed the adventures of Schlurpo last week. It says Slug Nasty 69 for $2. There you go. I'm sorry I missed it. I can't remember what I missed it for now. It was such a blurry week.
Hey, I'm just gonna share this.
Sure.
I'm getting ready to play Stellar Blade.
I like the avatar on the pillow.
I got some chocolates, got a little bit of the drink on. PS5 pad, obviously. Come on.
I'm surprised she's not in her skin suit. That's the best one.
Rose petal. I'm gonna get her out of her skin suit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
So was it Project Egg Roll who was doing the video of her walking up the ladder and her booties just got that perfect
slapping away.
It's a slapping.
Videos going around everybody. Yeah, it sold off the demo. the people playing it. I guess.
Geralt for $10 says, "What the Schlurpo? I wasn't expecting you to be live for another Schlurpo."
Well, correct usage of Schlurpo.
Yeah.
Schlurpo. Sir Squatch for $9.99. Hey guys, unrelated, but when are you going to see the Mass Effect series on Gary? When are we going to see the Mass Effect series on Gary Gaming? Oh, right after all the 5 other fucking games I'm supposed to do. I am like 2% through The Witcher 3. I'm not joking.
No way you're 2% through.
Yeah. That goat challenge took the whole stream.
I burned Roach like 70 times in that. That was so funny because I kept wanting to. What was I? I was trying.
Every time you tried mounting him, you pressed the wrong button.
No, I tried to, every time. It sounds wrong, but every time I tried to mount Roach, I had hit something wrong and I set him on.
You pressed
fire.
Igni instead.
I did.
I'm pretty. You've burned a lot of roaches in your time, Gary. I'm pretty damn sure you are.
Oh man, are you making fun of me?
I'm not making fun. I'm just merely highlighting your copious amounts of drug use.
Yes. No offense to Gary, but last week's descent into Schlurpo madness was the funniest shit in real BBC history. I was rolling Hail, Az, and Longman. Hey, every time I leave, last time I left, Az cut off fucking Baby Yoda's head. So,
I ripped it off.
That was a monumental moment.
There was no cutting. It was ripping me.
Your strength.
Yeah.
Gary and X-Ray, Vegas was a blast. Thank you so much. Love the gorgeous Melissa. She is such an awesome person. She is.
Agreed.
Channel Serve for $10. Yeah. Hail to my rider.
Having met Melissa, she is an absolute sweetheart.
She's my ride or die. She's awesome. None of this shit would happen without her. She was a huge part of it being organized in any way, shape, or form. Those meetups. So shout out.
If she ever leaves hairdressing, I'm gonna snap her up as a PA immediately.
Well, she's mostly left. She still goes back and does some, right?
Like mine.
Like Disbrew.
And Disbrew.
She cut Disbrew's hair. She colored your hair when she was out there.
And Kara's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think she could do anything with mine?
Oh yeah, she could, like, when she learns hair implants, I think it will work.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
They do those.
I had a dream the other day I had hair.
You did? You did?
Yeah, I did. The true story.
What did your hair look like when it was, grown out?
I'll send you a picture.
Okay.
I've seen a picture. You've shown one. You've shown one before. Yeah. Long time ago, though.
Okay.
I want to imagine you with a fro.
David Zarnecki for $5. Did you see Games Workshop retconned females into the Adeptus?
Adeptus.
Custoids.
Custodes.
Custodes. And are saying... Okay, Baron Durr.
Yeah, what the fuck? You got no legs.
Go fuck yourself.
Hey. This is a judgment-free zone.
This is judgment-free.
Sorry, Chris Gore's been rubbing off on me.
I know. I'm not going to stop making stroke jokes, by the way. Jokes.
When I messaged Chris, everyone's doing it now. Everybody's doing it now. When I messaged Chris about his stroke, I said, "Hey, dude, if you smell burnt toast, it's probably because you're just a shit cook."
Okay. I would have said because you just had a fucking stroke.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. I'm sure glad he's going to be around so we can give him a lot of fucking shit for the next 5 years. It'll be great.
He'll outlive us all.
So the Adeptus
Custodes. Sorry.
Joiks.
And are saying they were always there. Sorry to screw up your super chat with my retardation.
Saying that women have always been there, yes, and they haven't.
Heroic Kitten for $10 says MauLer is so wrong here. This show doesn't hurt New Vegas lore at all. We all have to wait and see for season 2. There you go. We got to watch the show. So Heroic Kitten, I agree. Watch the show, MauLer.
How can I
watch
be
the
wrong
show, MauLer.
when I'm saying I've seen people making posts about it? That's what the current war is about. What are you telling me, that reality isn't existing anymore? I don't have an opinion on it because I haven't played New Vegas. I'm just letting people know that I thought we cared about source material here, people.
What was the bad one that everybody hated? 76?
Baron Durr.
Yeah, 76.
Joiks.
I don't want to talk about Baron anymore.
And I said the fight is between people saying it is in line and not in line. That's the battle. I got nothing to do with that fight. All right. I'm like, you know,
what's the new release date for Falling Out London, by the way?
I have no idea.
Because that is looking amazing. And by the way, that's been fan made.
So it's been fan made? What do you mean? Like
it's a huge mod. It's an absolutely colossal mod.
April 25th, according to IGN.
No, I think it's been delayed again.
Oh, okay. Then I don't know.
But yeah, I knew it was coming up, but somebody in my chat, a couple of people in my chat said it's been delayed again. But that's been funded as a mod. It's going to use the Fallout 4 engine, and so it's going to mod Fallout 4, and it's London, and it looks. Not just looks great, but the amount of content they seem to put in seems to be huge.
Spankenstein. Spankenstein. Sorry. It's Frankenstein. No, it's Frankenstein.
Fucking Gary talking about fucking getting words wrong is the
Bro,
richest.
I was in a fucking car for the last 2 days. Give me a break, all right?
Gary, it's your brain, not your fucking car.
What are you both talking
Okay. I'm not going to say shit right now. I'm not going to say shit, motherfucker.
You guys in time
but
out.
I'm just going to say, I'm going to say,
I got to wrangle you both.
We were driving through a windstorm for most of the fucking trip. It was 4 hours out of our way. I'm a little fried right now. Okay. Like more than usual. More than usual.
Is that a little violin?
Oh.
I'm playing the smallest violin in the world for Gary.
As fuck you, motherfucker. And he only knows what I'm saying now. Fuck you, motherfucker. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Spankenstein for $4.99. A genuine thank you to MauLer for not drinking the Fallout Kool-Aid and pointing out how horribly written the script is. We deserve better.
That was gonna be like the first one was like, fuck MauLer. The second one, yeah, MauLer.
It's the internet. That's the internet in a fucking nutshell. I love it.
This is exactly what we should be doing. This is what we should be doing.
Yes.
True.
This is normal. This is fucking normal. I love it.
I'm loving it.
Darian Murphy for $4.99. Total green light for calling trans people tourists. Epic. Thanks, Az.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get the rest of the
I mean,
square
thank
up.
Adam Krugler, not me. I mean, he's the one that said it.
We'll get the rest of the square up. Thanks to everyone for showing up. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat and donation. You help keep the lights on. Thanks to the Nerdrotics. Thanks to everyone who came out to FNT Vegas and made the trip and made it really fun. We appreciate all you guys. Hail to the fellowship. Hail to the 199. Hail to everyone in our fellow members of the audience. You bow to no one. You bow to no one.
Hail Schlurpo.
And hail Schlurpo. X-Ray Girl, what do you got coming up?
Tonight I will be playing a game on my channel at some point for a birthday stream. And then Lila Hart is coming on Poor Choices, 6 p.m. Eastern. So that'll be fun. That's it.
Awesome. MauLer.
Rebel Moon.
Yeah.
That'll be EFAP on Saturday. We'll have a star-studded panel, as per usual, to discuss Zack Snyder's latest bowel movement.
And I'll be there too.
Hey.
Oh yeah, and tomorrow, EFAP Movies, Three Musketeers from Paul W.S. Anderson, the legendary filmmaker. It's a movie where James Corden gets shot on the face by a bird. So
yes,
there's pluses to it.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll see you Saturday.
Yes.
I'll see you Saturday. Got a lot to watch between now and then. Got Shogun, 2 episodes of X-Men, Fallout, Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, and then Rebel Moon. That's a lot of shit.
That's a lot of shit.
Az, what do you got coming up?
Tomorrow, ripping a silverback on my channel, and then stuff and things. Maybe I'll put out my first video in over a month at some point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You still make those, huh?
Nah, not really.
What did you?
No, once MILF Manor comes out, there'll be videos.
You know what? It's
There'll be a
obvious
video
now.
once a week
Like,
at least.
He and Jeremy just fucking tag team at this point. It's like, you do it for a month. I'll do it for a month. And we'll both take 6 months off. And then you do it for a month.
In all fairness, I do a lot of streaming. So, and the last couple of weeks, I've been sorting the house out, and in a week and a half, well, just under 2 weeks' time, I'm going to be having a new bathroom installed, which is going to be great.
New bathroom?
Brand new bathroom.
Ooh. Can I see
Everything.
which tiles you picked?
You know, you
Sure.
get old when you get excited about that shit.
I love it.
I got
should get a
gutters.
bidet.
I got rain gutters.
My tiles
I
are
got
for the
super
floor,
excited
match
about
the
it.
tiles for the wall, so it kind of goes douche
Ooh.
and douche.
Good.
Yeah,
That's good. All right. And well, that's exciting. I hope you enjoy your new bathroom. I really do.
Can I promote one more thing?
Sure.
Okay. The FNT jackets are
Yes.
actually
Yeah, we-
international now.
Yeah.
So for those that couldn't buy them in the first few weeks, go back there, get a jacket, get your name on it. Don't forget to put your name on it. And yeah. And it's $150 American. I know it's in Canadian. I can't change it. So
LayGunTrigger.com.
Da-na-na-na.
I'm so happy I have that button. It's the little things in life. It's the little things in life. Dude, when I put up that tweet yesterday of Something Wong, it was so
The box office is a way
too low. I was fucking laughing so
And
hard.
somebody
My
replied to
wife,
that, holy fuck.
I know. Melissa's like, "What are you laughing at?" And I'm like, "It's the little things in life." And I and I posted this tweet. And
It's the little things that make life so
it's
great.
The little things in
Lice.
life. Lice.
Life. So
I
great.
love my wife.
In a little over 10 minutes, I'm going to be releasing a video on this channel, my Civil War. I don't really have a title. Probably Civil War, Civil Bore. That's what it's probably going to be.
Oh.
Civil War, more like Civil Bore.
Uncivil bore.
Yeah, it'd be something like that. But it'll be out in a little over 10 minutes. Please take a look at it. And I'll see you on Friday Night Tights with Danica, Comic Book Girl 19. We'll be discussing X-Men 97 and the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare and Rebel Moon. Because Az is going to ignore me, but everybody on FNT needs to watch it. So.
Yeah, I'm like, no.
Whatever. And we'll see you next time on Az. Is it my 2 weeks in a row? Or are we going back to you?
It's back on your channel next week.
Next week it's back on my channel.
Yeah.
So there you go.
2 in a row.
2 in a row. Balancing the book.
Balancing the books. Thanks to the Nerdrotics again. Thanks to you lovely chat out there. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.